Hi, guys. Hey, Brooke. Hey, Sweet Pea. Patty. Hi. Hi, Miss Tabitha. Mama. Hi, guys. Hi, hi. I know Curlz will be in later. Terry Lynn is probably will be right back. Hi, hi. Don't want to miss anyone. Hi, Amanda. Hi, guys. Hi, hi. Hi, Tina. Tell Pooks. Tell Pooks. Yeah, no, I had to send him out the door. I wonder why it won't load for you guys. Do you guys hate that music, by the way, on that intro? Is that what's creepy? I don't like it either anymore. I need a new intro. We need something like happy. I don't like that music. How are you guys? Oh my God, it's been forever. Curlz, I did see your message. Thank you so, so much. I appreciate you. Yeah, Miss Tabitha, let me know what happens. Yeah, let me know what happens. I did. I did make it. I'm so tired. It just won't load, huh? Oh, you do like it. Okay. And that's the worst part, Miss Tabitha, is that someone will be talking to you and you're not going to see it because you're like stuck on top. I don't really know that there's a difference, though, guys. I really don't know if there's a difference. Yeah, I just wanted to start a little bit early because I'm willing to stay here as long as I need to. I want to talk about how I feel about everything. I think it's important that I talk about it on my channel and not just over by Terry Lynn, right? And on her streams. I have done videos not on this channel per se, but on my what was my second channel, the one that got hacked, about Shelly and her family when things, were looking like they were going to be homeless. So it's not like I haven't also supported the whole hell out of her and shared her videos, and you know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to talk about really how I feel about how everything has gone down. Um you to open them. She won't leave them shut. When you have certain creators calling you disgusting, and they just really don't say that about people unless they're really, truly disgusting. Like, you just have to know you're a piece of shit. And at this point, that's just really how I'm feeling. And, that's just not all I have to say about it. Mandy is going to come up here with me because it was her group chat. Um, uh, and she can give me the facts. You know what I'm saying? I know Curlz wants to come up. I know she has been taking notes for the live stream, so she has specific things that she would like to say. I did not schedule this as an open panel, but I will be more than happy to open the panel. Um, and I have no problem doing that. I think right now, like, I'm on 5G, but mama is blasting her music. And what am I supposed to do? Tell my mother in law to turn off her music in her bedroom? No, we're not doing that. But we're not going to really get into anything until 8:15, 8:30. Curlz is going to be a little late. I told Mandy that I would start talking about 8:30. I don't even think I told her I changed the time. Shame on me. But yeah, I just wanted to kick it with you guys for a while, see what's up with you guys. Hi, Jilly. How are you? Oh, I love that you're always listening. Hi, Debbie. How are you? So good to see you guys. Marcy. Oh, no, I've already said hi to you. Okay, good. I've said hi to everybody. How's everyone's week going so far? Hi, Summer. How are you? Good to see you. Um, they have graduation tomorrow for their nephew and slash grandson. I am not going to be participating in it. And it's simply because my nephew graduates this year and like I'm not at his graduation. I It just feels bogus to me, like Mother's Day, Christmas, right? Easter, like those are holidays, right? But like I can't be, like, and I know I'm just not going to want to be around that crowd either. Like, I'm just the crowd at graduations. No, ain't nobody got time for that. But I am hoping by the time I go upstairs, by the time I go upstairs, mom has her music off and I can sit up there when it's time to really get down to business. You know what I'm talking about? Hi, Stanley Cup. How are you? Brooke, if you would like to come up here. I mean, it's not like, I mean, I don't think, like you were hurt by anything and you were part of any group chat, but I will be happy to open the panel. I also know that Terry Lynn, I guess, probably planned to stream today, but I made the decision last night that I wanted to stream today. So she is planning to stream tomorrow. So I can, like I said, I can open the panel. I can sit here until midnight. I don't care. Or I was going to continue it tomorrow and now I'm not because Terry Lynn, wants to do her own stream. And I never want to, step on any creator's toes or anything. So, like, yeah, I'm willing to stay here as late as I need to tonight. Hi, BB. Oh, it's so good to see you. Yeah, so I'll stay here as long as I am offended for, yeah, no, for sure. And that's really where I'm coming from too. So, like I said, if you want to come up, that would be super dope because I think we'd kind of be coming from the, you know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, we love pushing buttons, baby. Medical billing and coding. I saw the video. She has no clue. Just saying. Oh, and I haven't watched the video yet. I have it, Jilly, and I haven't watched it yet. See, Jilly is from our community. She obviously was able to join memberships over by Shelly because she was supporting her because I did, because we did, right? Yeah, no, of course you do. Yeah, no, I know you have a lot going on. Hold on. I feel like I missed somebody. Before you start getting more into this, I'm also when it comes to take on was what has Werner been saying? Nothing much. Jessica's melting down. You guys, I have been just I don't even know. I took one day off. I hung out at the Eagle. Shit popped off. And like I ain't been able to work since. My personal life is fine. You know what I'm saying? My personal life is good. Everything's good. But just like the drama that occurred just from going outside all in 1 week, it's just like, I don't know. It just fucking really fucked me up. I have been real. When you go to take a drink of your Coca Cola and it spills down the entire front of your nightgown. Yes, I'm sitting outside in the front with my nightgown on. You know what? We live in Chicago. They've seen like crackheads walking the street. You know what I'm saying? So they're probably happy to see a girl just talking to herself, right? Talking to her phone with, you know, a big old t shirt on, basically. You know, it's funny that you say that, baby. Don't let a bad apple spoil the bunch. That bad apple has spoiled the bunch. And I don't mean it in the sense that it is, right? Because that would mean that yous are spoiled. No, I mean that bad apple spoiled whatever. But like new friends are gonna be coming, you guys. I am growing and at a very exponential speed, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I grow fuck. I grow pretty rapidly, I would consider. You know what I'm saying? Considering how bad it is and how hard it is to do YouTube. Granted, it's really because of my shorts, but at least now, you know, I'm able to put effort into making my own voiceovers, you know what I'm saying? So at least I don't have to use anyone else's content. And even though I edit the hell out of it, doesn't mean YouTube won't find a problem with it. So, but yeah, I mean, at least it's my personality, it's my face, right? That is getting the people, and they're still coming. Are they coming as fast as when I had really cool shorts? No, but you know, nonetheless, I'm still growing. Went above and beyond to be kind. Sorry, it's different when you highlight comments. Burner spilled tea on Jay. Yes, I did see it, and I have meant to make a video. But she's totally melting down, you guys. So I felt like, you know what? Everyone's going to be gone tomorrow. I'm going to have complete silence. My brother-in-law has had his 7-year-old daughter here for the last 3 days, and it's like never quiet in there. You know what I mean? And I can't expect that. So I think that's what's really been keeping me from filming and then editing the couple of videos that I have. I don't know why I haven't done them. I don't know why. It just like got lazy. Hold on one second, guys. Yeah, if I mute, it's because I am a little sick still, and I probably have to cough. I cannot believe I spilled that damn Coke down the front of me like that. Everyone else has had to earn their spot. She was just given and given. And I wish I knew why. Hi, Livy. Hi, everyone. This is Livy. She's been coming around lately. It's so nice to see you in a live stream. I love when I see people in my comments and then all of a sudden they make their first live stream. That's the best. That's the best. So yeah, other than that, like just a lot of drama happened in 1 week and it just very much unmotivated me. Like I don't know what else to call it. It like shooketh me to the core, right? Like I don't know how else to say it. I really don't. What else is going on? Like what else have I seen? There's some videos that have been popping up on my feed. And honey, it's got to be the YouTube gods because it's just some random stuff that I would really like to react to. So I have a folder going on and there's about 4 videos in there. I want to start reacting to anything I feel like reacting to. And I think that you guys would obviously be interested in. You know what I'm saying? Am I gonna fucking talk about the crochet lady on fucking TikTok? No, because like that's not what you guys watch. But you know what I'm saying? Stuff that I know that yous would be interested in too. You know what? And it's all good because like the live is not really gonna start until about 8:15. I want to give you guys some quality time. You know what I'm saying? Some quality time. Oh, Livy. Yes, I didn't even think of that. That's probably her name. Olivia Newton-John. Yes, we love a Grease. We love a Grease lightning moment. You know, is that what it is, Stanley Cup? Because that was actually going to be my question, and I don't know that it came out of my mouth. Why? Why did she get that pass? Why did I give her that pass? Who was fucking with her that made me think it was a good idea to give this chick a pass? Because I did the same thing. Oh, thanks, guys. That is so sweet of you. Thank you so, so much. Like, dude, one of them is about, a newborn baby that was taken from her mom, and the mom went live. I really want, oh, I got goosebumps just thinking about it. Oh my God, I can't even fucking imagine. Oh, I would die. But I would love to watch it, and I just think I'd have a lot of opinions. So, things that I think I'm going to love and have opinions on, I'm just like saving to a little folder I made. You know what I mean? Because it's going to be shit that's just like general and like, you know what I'm saying? Things that I know a lot of us would care about because, we don't always all see what is happening on, all these social media platforms. Hi, Amanda. Oh my God, I love Olivia Benson too. Olivia Benson is the shit. It is so awkward being outside. I just don't like it. I'm very out of my element. And I think that's what's like, yeah, like I feel like I have to watch everything around me, even though I really don't have to. We live in a good neighborhood. It's not even that serious. But yeah, it's like I can't focus. And then here I am trying to give you guys quality time. Get out of here. The writing was on. Oh, oh, that's harsh. Don't match her words. Her actions definitely don't match her words. I mean, damn, Stanley Cup. I mean, but you ain't wrong. It's harsh. I ain't gonna lie, right? It's harsh. But, you ain't fucking wrong. I don't know if she works her man to the bone. Oh, thanks, sweet pea. It's really hard and oh, you have not scheduled one yet? Anyway, okay. Yeah, if you girls are feeling like you want me to just stay on, let's all just fucking talk. Let's all just, be here for each other, hear each other out. get opinions from chat. If we got to stay here till midnight and that's just what everybody wants to do, I'll totally do it. Whatever you need from me, I'm down. If I'm going to do it, do a stream at all, I'm going to do it for all of us. You know what I mean? But I intended, to just kind of give my thoughts on it because it's coming from a place of somebody who is not part of that group chat and someone who has not yet watched her video on bringing up the group chat again. I really think we should react to it. And I have a way of reacting to that video because I cannot share my screen on a tablet. And that's all I have is my tablet and my phone right now. So I'm definitely going to have to get a laptop because eventually I'm going to, be able to afford the $50 a month for StreamYard and I can come on here unlimitedly and not have a limit of like, what is it, BB? Maybe 20 hours a month. And if you think about it, guys, if we sit here for 2, 3 hours, that's only 10 days of a 30-day, period. See? And that's the thing, Libby. Like, that's the thing. Like, why? Why did we fall for her shit? Because you guys, I want to talk about a video, but like, it's a members only video for a reason. Like, it really goes to show. It really goes to show when certain people speak not ill, no, I guess it is ill or badly, right? Like not badly, but like have bad things to say about you. It's like, damn, you're a piece of shit if certain people got to talk about you. You just really got to know that. 20? Okay. Hey, Lurk. Hi. Did you, Brooke? See, I wasn't. She seemed so pathetic. And Debbie, is that what it is? Lurkington. Oh, Patty, Lurk has been around for a minute. I know you haven't been coming in like streams for very long or anything, Patty, but yeah, Lurk has been around for a while. Everyone knows Lurk's name right about now. It's good to see you, Lurk. Sorry if you guys heard me drinking my Coke. I sure did. It's almost too quiet out here. Hold on. I have it recorded too. It was public. It's open game. Absolutely. It originated as a public video. And when they originate public, then you can put them behind members all you want, but they're no longer member streams or member videos, members only. Should I have done that short? You know what I'm saying? Using one of her members only? No, but like I deleted it after, so many hours or whatever. But no, I can totally react. So maybe we should plan to do a part 2 tomorrow. We'll take a big old rat. And dude, I was just gonna tell you the cutest bunny is in my face. Ain't no fucking bunnies over here. What in the Tyra, Nichole? That was a big dumbass rat that thought he was just gonna come up to me. And I was gonna think he was a little damn bunny. Ain't that a bitch? Oh, that was a big rat. I am so sorry we even had to talk about that. Yeah, no, I will completely transform it just in case, right? So I will definitely do an overlay. There's a way on StreamYard where you can upload clips, and I will just have to like kind of go back to old school and just clip it up. I think that's kind of how I called it. And excuse me. BB, tell me if you've ever done it because I'm sure you've always been able to share your screen, but I used to upload clips all the time, and all I would do is go into my back end here on StreamYard, hit play. It would be a 35 seconds, and then I would talk about it. I can do that. I don't have to share my screen. Is it way more time consuming? Yes. But will I have time tomorrow? Yes. Everybody in the house is going to bed early, which means I'm going to have to go to bed early, which I don't ever do anymore. I'm sleeping like 5 hours a night. So, with that being said, like I'll have plenty of fucking time. Someone was kind enough to record it for me because I was a member and my membership didn't end till the end of June. Well, I wanted to cancel it because I didn't want to forget. I didn't even want her to get my 99 cents in July. You know what I'm saying? I really didn't. And for some reason, absolutely. Rats are not bunnies. Very that, Patty. I am smoking a Newport 100. Those are my cigarettes of choice. I'm just holding it right now because I know, especially being outside, I will sit here and chain smoke with you guys. It's bad enough that I can smoke in the house because people, that's just what we do up there. And they have for 25 years that they've, been here. But I don't mean I like to smoke in there. I just happen to sit next to a really big window. You know, is it? I feel like all of us old schools, are Newport. Hey, Popcorn, how are you? How the hell are ya? I was wondering if you were going to make it, but I did come early. So I feel like people will start really coming in now that it's 8 o'clock. Um, yeah, no, it's just another way. Like when I play my intro, that's how I would upload anything I want to react to. So I'll just make sure that it's no longer than like a minute each, and I just have to chop it up. It's very time consuming, but it's how I used to do it because I didn't always have a laptop. If you guys remember, I started YouTube in October and I did not get my laptop until my birthday the next October. Because remember, my YouTube anniversary and birthday are only 3 days apart. So I started in 2020, and my sister and brother in law bought me a laptop in 2021. I was already streaming by then, and I was already learning how to edit. It may have even been 2 years now that I think about it because I just said editing. I know I didn't edit for the first year. There's no way. So, yeah, there's a way to do it. Absolutely, Lurk. That's absolutely it. I mean, can we just put that on the fucking thing and then people will know what the hell is going on, right? And I don't know. I just feel like looks like someone's trying to learn English with like a phone app. They were walking their dog, and it looks like she's trying to teach herself a different language. That's really cool. I should probably do something like that with Spanish just so I can be like super, super fluent and probably speak properly instead of, like a Puerto Rican that came straight from the island, because that seems to be the kind of like people that I was around the most. So I know my Spanish is very it's very Puerto Rican island of me, you know what I'm saying, rather than proper Spanish. Okay, hold on. Now I'm sitting my fat butt down. Hold on, who else is in here? Lurky, I love it. Hi, Brandy. And you know what? How funny that she wants to or wanted to try to like make something into that. Because, like, why are you even saying that? Like, shame on you. Shame on you for even talking about anything that happened in that group chat, let alone just because everyone breaks up with you. Now you want to make up a fucking lie. Because I'll tell you something right now. If she told me everyone was in another group chat so I couldn't hear, that would hurt the fuck out of my feelings. And she knows that. And that's why she said it. You feel like she heard that from Chris. Wow. She deleted a lot of her comments as well, making it harder for people to follow. Oh, you got your granddaughter. I love that, Tina. I love that. And thank you, by the way. I thanked you on my community tab. But thank you so much for your Cash App today. I made sure that I get all my notifications now. So I take a screenshot every time, and then every few days, I make sure that I thank you guys on the community tab. If you guys ever have a problem with me saying your name out loud, when you do put your name, just go ahead and write anonymous next to it, and I won't say your name. You know, if you ever donate during the stream, especially, like if you don't want your name said, just definitely let me know. Um, I definitely don't want any drama. But Chris, I don't think being in the chat is like necessary. You know, I think listening, if you want to listen, right, or give your opinions and stuff, that's totally fine. But like, let's not do this. This is about something extremely important to me, and I know your name was mentioned, but you know, let's not. Oh yeah, apparently she is, huh? Yeah, there was a lot with her too. Yeah, and I can't do anything about it because if I get out of here, hold on, I have to fix this. Can you leave that door open for me when you go up there? Because I sure let that bitch slam behind me. Hold on, guys, one sec, one sec. I'm probably gonna kick myself out. I literally cannot do anything about Chris being a mod right now because I did forget that Chris was a mod. I can't do anything about her being a moderator, but I also am pretty confident that she won't like F around and do nothing bogus until I can take the wrench back, obviously. I think she's just watching. I think she's interested and her name was mentioned and she has like no self control. And I just hope that she works on that and then she can watch YouTube and not be like triggered by shit. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, I missed a whole bunch, guys, but I'm not going to go back unless you guys need to say something. She's been kissing Shelly's ass, of course. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. Yeah. Brooke, you don't even have a wrench yet. Hold on, guys. Yeah, it won't let me open up the live stream on YouTube. Let me try one more time. Yeah, I can't open the actual live stream on YouTube. And remember, I'm downstairs. So, Chris, I would just really appreciate it if you didn't chat. I appreciate you being here and watching. I will be taking your wrench, and I'm sure you understand that clearly, right? So, um, you know, I just hope that, everything can be cool because I'm out of control and I don't want to have to bug up on nobody. Because, like, with me not having control of my chat, I'm not okay with that. That's okay because I can go in my back end after this for the teeth thing. Just curious. You forgive her for the teeth thing. What teeth thing? Because, like, everybody talks about my teeth. I used to mod for Mindy when, yes, Lurk, you sure did. You know she's back, right? And now she's like soberer than ever. And I guess she's back on YouTube. There's something. Oh, Brooke, you'll have yours. It's just, I must have not had you. But think about it too. I haven't streamed in quite a while either. No, it's going to be real bad. So, oh yeah, you'll fit in West Virginia. No, it's nothing about forgiveness. I just haven't blocked her. Hold on, please. Gosh. Yeah, no. I just haven't blocked her because I didn't think I needed to or anything. I don't think I need to. NCBB hasn't been to a stream, even though. Oh my god, I'm choking. Hold on, guys. Thank you, Lurk. I appreciate that. I will definitely give you a wrench after the stream. I can go in my back end of my tablet. Hi, Curlz. Hi, Mandy. Yeah, I forgot to tell you, Mandy. I started at 7:30, but it's just because I wanted to kick back. You know what I'm saying? So I just forgot to tell you. And then Curlz came in talking about she was going to be late, and I'm like, well, you're really not going to be late, actually. So yeah, you guys are right on time. Let me drop the link for you guys. And right now, we're just going to do Curlz and Mandy because I'm on my 5G. Looks like I'm not close enough to the actual apartment. Oh, she didn't go live like she announced. Who called that? Someone called that. And Curlz, Mandy, just so you guys know, we're gonna do a part 2 tomorrow, so we won't have to feel like we have to rush. And if we get sleepy or we just get exhausted of talking about the bitch, literally, like we can just pick up where we left off tomorrow. Because I think we should be able to react to the content. Hi, Wildflower Tea. Hi. So good to see you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the support. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Yes, everyone say hello to Wildflower. It's so good to see she's back on YouTube, right, guys? We're glad to have her back. So glad to have you back. I was like, oh my God, Shani, for Christ, are you kidding me? Yeah, so I guess I'll just wait for Mandy and Curlz to come on up and we can, get started on the actual conversation. With the beautiful voice, yes. And my shorts, it's so good, by the way. Oh my God, that's okay. I spilled mine down the front of my whole jammies and I'm standing outside. Oh my God, I almost ended this stream. Let me let Mandy up here and not end the stream. Never mind, she dropped. So something must have happened. Oh, my nose is running. You know what that means. I can't stay outside. Oh my gosh, what if Mama is still bumping her music though? What do I do, you guys? We have to talk about this. I cannot end this stream. I have to do whatever I have to do. If I gotta sit outside, that's what I have to do. She actually recently did adopt 4, yes. Yeah, she did recently. So yeah, she probably has new ones since you've talked to her. Oh, you know what though? What do I know about how you guys talk? No, I'm outside, Brooke. I had to come outside. Mama's bedroom's right next to the living room, so I couldn't go to the living room or the kitchen. She's in between both them rooms. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, You know, she was really blasting her shit. Good fucking music you guys would enjoy. But who the hell's trying to get copywritten now that I can monetize this as soon as I get my ID? You know what I mean? I'm having a hard time with a second like proof of residence because I don't get bills here. So I'm just like fighting with them, whatever. Oh my God, that would be great, right, Jill? And you know what? When I start streaming to the point where I'm also able to afford to pay for StreamYard, I will definitely get just that. Hey, girl, I can't hear you, but it doesn't look like you're muted.
I wasn't
Oh, I
speaking. I
hear
didn't
you
know I was on
now.
yet.
Yep, I
I'm
hear you
literally fighting
now.
with
And here
StreamYard.
comes Miss
I know you saw
Curlz.
me popped up in the back end.
Yes, yes. And then you had left. Yep. Yeah, so you guys are both on now. Curls, can you talk just to make sure that we hear you okay and the audience can hear you okay? Let me know if it gets choppy, guys.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you for a second. So,
Okay, okay, yeah. Let me know if it's choppy because I am on my 5G, but hopefully that'll work okay until I can go back upstairs.
okay, groovy.
How
I'm
are
on
you,
Wi
ladies?
Fi,
Hi.
but I'm doing
Curls,
good.
we
How are
haven't
you?
heard you yet. Oh, good, you are here. Okay, good. Hi.
I don't know how to get this to work.
What
Mm.
what what are you trying to get to work? We hear you.
Oh, you hear me? Oh,
Yes,
okay.
Oh, yeah,
I
ma'am.
yeah.
Yes, ma'am. We
Oh,
hear
okay.
you
I thought
now.
you said you
Yes.
didn't hear me.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no, we didn't for a minute, and then all of a sudden you just popped out of nowhere. So I was like, "Oh, good, she
Oh,
figured it out."
okay. Yay.
I love that picture of
Yay!
you and your hubby. It's so cute.
It is so
Yeah,
cute.
it is a good one. That was the year that he proposed to me when we went out west to the Badlands. He proposed to me while we were literally driving
Aw.
on the motorcycle. He had a lanyard, and then some guys at work did the inscribing on like a gold plated plate that was attached to the lanyard, and he had it around his neck. And I thought it was something for us to like hold the camera because I was always the picture taker, being the passenger. And he's like, "So you want to know what's around my neck?" I'm like, "Yeah, okay, I'm curious." Well, we always go out with a group of people. They all knew what was going on, and a lot of times people ride up next to us. They take pictures. That's normal. So I didn't think anything of it with people having their cameras out, and we're going through the Badlands, and it's beautiful. And so I look at it, I read it, and it says, um, "I love you. Will you marry me?" And like my brain, I was so not expecting it. I flipped it over. Well, it said ask the same
Oh.
question on the other side. He said it was like 5 minutes. It was probably like 30 seconds where I wasn't responding because I was like, wait, are you proposing? Is this really happening? So of course I said yes, and then we all stopped, and I'm bawling, and everyone took videos and pictures of it and stuff. So I still have the lanyard; it's hanging around my mirror in the master bedroom where it's the proposal. So yeah. Anyway, that's one of the pictures from one of our trips when we were out there. So sorry,
Oh,
I
I
got off
love that
topic.
story. I've
We'll
heard
That
it
start with
is
a
before, but
we'll
I
start with a
love
adorable.
it
happy
so
story.
much.
That is adorable. Let me blow my nose, ladies. Go ahead and keep talking, okay? Let me blow my nose. I'm upstairs and we're safe. There's no music.
I Mandy, do you
Take your
want to
time.
start? I just want to speak just mostly um like my feelings on the last few months with addressing a few things that Shelly has recently said.
Please do, because I know that you have been, putting like a timeline together of some sort.
Well, I was mostly thoughts, so I didn't forget. And I hope, let me test it
That's
right
fine
now.
too. We
I
love
want to
stuff.
see if I can be on my phone and look at.
And uh, did I drop out or I can't hear anybody?
No, because I was blowing my nose, and I think Curls definitely might be muted.
Oh, okay.
Think if
Mm.
I have certain questions, it would be easy for you to answer without being not that anyone can't be emotional, but like just to stick to the facts, right? Because like you didn't really give Shelly the time of day. It was your chat, but like you didn't really mess with her.
No, I didn't. I Shelly was recommended by someone else in the chat, and I brought her in.
Oh, we did lose Curlz. And I don't hear
Doesn't
you
mean I
talking
was.
anymore. And I'm on Wi-Fi now, so we should be good.
Is it my earbud?
I hear you now. I hear you
You
now
can hear me
just
now.
fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Um. So I Shelly came into the chat under like a recommendation, and I never really like vibed with her. I
Of
guess I
what?
shouldn't say
And,
like
and it's nothing like critical if I get like actual, because I'm not giving actual dates, but I don't know where we want to start. If we want Mandy to start, or if you guys want me
Well,
just to
you
say
know what?
my thing and then I
I
can jump
yeah, I
down, or
think I think I think I will probably have more to say after you talk. And since you are up here, because I didn't plan on it, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know this until the last minute, even though you know I don't mind. I'd love having
right,
you.
I know.
So I would love to start with you actually. And Mandy, feel free to help her
Okay.
remember things too. You know what I'm saying?
okay.
So one of the things that I want to address right off the bat is I saw in comments that Shelly's mom is like, yeah, now they're making a live for the drama, blah, blah, blah. This was not planned. Okay.
No,
The only
no.
reason I
No.
am speaking now is because of what Shelly just put out. So,
Right.
like, no, this wasn't
Hmm.
like, oh, let's just shit on Shelly today because it's Tuna Tuesday. No,
Well, and
that wasn't the
also
plan.
exactly. And also, I made this plan up in my head last night when I seen she even just made a video. I don't do drama streams. Her mama don't know me. Her mama wants to be on YouTube. Her mama is going to end up getting talked about. And that's what's going to happen. And them are the
Hmm.
things that become drama. So I don't understand why I'm seeing her mama in the motherfucking comments because my mother would die rather than fucking join me on YouTube, including my sister and anybody else in my family.
I
Exactly.
don't
Like
have a
my mother
problem
has
with her
never
mom
watched
wanting.
any of my videos, like
I
ever.
said, I don't mind that her mom supports her. She's got a good relationship with her mom. That's great. I do too. But there is time and place. And so I guess where I want to start is when this all kind of came about a few months ago. I Shelly decided to make that video about Curse Guy and she shared private DMs. And let me tell you, that still is like messing with my brain on why did she do this after everything that we had just gone through with Melissa. And then she goes, and she was upset about that too. And then she goes and shares someone else's private messages. Okay, so that's what started all of this. Okay,
Hmm.
she had decided to leave the group chat. Now I have found out that there was a couple other group chat. And let me just make it clear: I don't care who's in a group chat with who. I don't. Everyone's adults. You can be friends. There were times where I wasn't as active. You know, I have a lot of health issues, and so I go through periods where I'm active and then I'm not. And Stina was working a lot, and Terry Lynn, she's made it always very clear that her real life comes first. And, and sometimes it could be hard to catch up with the chat. If trust me, there's times where I've missed
Exactly.
like a day and it takes me, an hour trying to catch up. So a lot of times it's like I'm just gonna start where when I log in that day, I'm not going back through to try and always catch up with the chat. So anyway,
Hmm.
that's what started all this. But even with that, I had reached out to Shelly privately, and I can't remember for sure if Shelly left the group chat because she left on good terms and also left the group chat on good terms. And then I don't remember if it was she did that and then the video came out with Kirsta. I want to say that is correct because I reached out privately to her and I didn't understand it. And I get that she was in a private chat with Kirsta. So I'm not saying like whatever she felt wasn't valid. My issue was her sharing private messages. especially after we'd all gone through all of this. I'm not saying I'm even against people showing proof of certain situations, but with the cursed eye thing, I just didn't get it. I thought it was a bad move. I told her that I didn't agree with that, but I was still supporting Shelly. And I reached out to Kirst, told her also I was supporting her. And for me, it's I don't have a problem with being able to support other people that maybe don't like each other. But I didn't understand that. So that's where this started. I was still willing to support Shelly and be like, okay, we can get through this.
Curlz,
Then
do any of you understand it even to this day?
no, I
I
still
didn't
don't
think
understand why
so.
she did what she did. But okay,
No,
so then she
like I
shares with
still
me
don't.
in DMs because then I had seen I don't remember whose stream it was, but I saw where someone said that Shay was a member of Shelly's. And honestly, guys, it's not like I do this where I go around and warn anyone. I am not someone to tell you who you can watch, who you can like. Never been that way. Still never will be that way. All I wanted to do was give her a heads up because my concern was if she shares anything with Shay, that it could be used against Shelly or it's going to go to other people like the Hugs or whatever. Okay. And and I felt like Shelly should know me that for me to even just like give her caution on that, I wasn't telling her what to do. I specifically said, hey, just a heads up, because I didn't know that Shay was a member. I didn't know that Shay did it under her real name. I honestly did not know that. I guess I just wasn't paying attention. I don't know, but I just wanted to give her some sound advice. And we know that those
Absolutely,
private
Amanda. Yes,
DMs
ma'am.
that she shared with Shay then got to the Hogs. Okay, so my point was valid. Anyway, I took a couple days to process that because I was still like, I couldn't believe what I was reading. Like, she's like, I didn't share everything. It was just like a few of the DMs between us. And after a couple days, and then I saw how she was interacting on YouTube, I was like, I have to step back. I cannot support this. And what my
Wow.
hope was is that I knew Shelly was going through a lot with everything that was going on with her grandma, and I could relate to that. I was the only one there the day my grandma passed, and when she was in hospice, and I can remember some of that stuff so vividly. And I knew that yes, they had moved, but it's still only been a few months. There was a lot of change that had gone on for her, so I was trying to give her some grace. Um, and I would do this for anyone, but moreover because I thought Shelly and I were friends. And I looked at her, even though I know I'm only 29, guys, um, that
I had to
she was kind
unmute.
of like
You had to
one of
just
my
laugh.
daughter's ages. So I just and I really adored Shelly. I we all did. We were all really supportive. And I know like she brought up something with the voice notes and how many she left. And listen, for me personally, I don't have a problem with how many voice notes were. There were a lot. And I know Terry Lynn has brought it up, but it wasn't, in my opinion, it wasn't like Terry Lynn was giving her dig on that. What the point of her saying that is that we spent a lot of time listening because I was big time vocal saying, listen, I'd rather you just leave all the voice notes here in the chat and then not talk about this publicly. And so sometimes when you're upset, you vent, you maybe keep repeating the same things, but I get it. I'm like that too. So I listened to them, and I didn't have to. I could have just skipped them, but I did it because I was trying to show her support, genuine support. None of this is like fake support for me. And it
Right.
wasn't for
I
the
don't
other
think it is
ladies
for
too.
any of you that were in
No.
that group
So
chat. Yeah.
so
No, and
I'm
do you
go
care
ahead.
if I interject so I can kind of
Go
like
ahead.
keep with your timeline? Okay, so when all of this happened, I didn't understand at all either side. Like I was kind of like, what is going on? I hadn't talked to Curse for a while, and I hadn't been on my own group chat. Like I had a chaotic year last year, and the beginning of this year, it's just been a lot of change. I've moved, like things like that, and I didn't understand exactly what was going on. But I immediately reached out to Shelly, and I was like, "Listen, people make mistakes. focus on your grandma. Like, it was a very supportive message. She wrote me back, she apologized. And then I sent another message and I was like, listen, really savor this time with your grandmother. And I made a community post on my page about my relationship with my grandmother. I spent the last 12 years of her life with her. I was there the day she died. Like, it was horrible. Like, it was absolutely horrible. My baby was like 9 months when she passed, and I was going through postpartum depression. And I just remember it being like this soul crushing thing because my grandmother basically raised me. Like, my mom and dad worked. So I was with my grandma like a lot. And before I got married, I lived with my grandmother. Like, she was my BFF. Like, I loved this lady. We went to the drag bar together. Like, I loved her. She was just everything to me. And I felt for Shelly. I really did. It didn't matter if I didn't necessarily vibe with her. Like, I want to, I guess, clarify something. Saying that I felt Shelly was shady from the beginning, I did feel that there was a little shadiness, but it was more so I just didn't vibe with her. That was all. I listened to her voice notes. I was supportive in the chat. All of us were. We would play her videos on the TV when we went to bed or on our phones or on our iPads so she could hit her watch time goal so she could become monetized because she talks about it all the time. And it was a goal
Right.
that she really wanted to reach. So
Now,
we
do
all
you
did these
feel like,
things.
Mandy, though, I have to ask you, now, do you feel like your gut said anything? Because, see, like Brooke and
Yes.
Miss Boop, see, and I did not get that. What did your gut tell you?
My gut told me she was shady. And I feel bad
Okay,
saying that now, like that from the jump, I felt she was shady, but I did. That's what my gut said. But
Now,
sure.
my
I
heart
didn't just,
and my
I want to make it
brain,
clear, I didn't feel that way, but I am also like sometimes the last person to see things because
Yeah, I would agree with that,
that's
Curls. At
me.
least you know
Um,
that. Yeah.
and honestly, until just the last couple months, I didn't see anything shady. Now, kind of going back in history, it makes me look at things a little differently, but still, I don't regret any time or energy that I gave to Shelly. She needed support, and I willingly gave that. And don't regret that. I would rather do that than just,
It was so
and
nice
even
to
right
say,
now, I'm
Curls.
like, when I get further on, I'm pissed and I'm hurt because I feel like I keep getting underhand slapped to the face with some of the videos that she makes. And it's pissing me
yep,
off because I haven't done anything. I've given my opinion. Even when I did the stream with Terry Lynn that one night, I didn't sleep that night. I felt so bad. I was like, am I going to be making this worse for Shelly's mental health? She's got so much going on. I felt I was so conflicted even that day. Poor Terry. I was like, yes, I'm going to go on panel. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. No, I'm not. And then I'm on. And one of the reasons I
Oh,
wanted to make
okay.
sure I was on that panel is because I I understood where Terry Lynn was coming from, but I was also hoping to just, I didn't want it, not that I'm saying Terry Lynn would do that. That's not what I mean. I just wanted to make sure that I was bringing some of the humanity side of it. Does that make sense? Like, I,
100%.
so go on, Mandy. I didn't mean to cut you off. I just wanted
Oh,
to
no, you're
like,
fine.
since Tara asked, I never got that.
Yeah,
Uh,
and I think that was very nice to say, but I also want us to all play off of each other because I know I'm going to have questions. Like I'm going to want to interject and ask
yep,
questions. And I think you guys like Mandy not having an emotional tie, Curls you being hurt, she can help you remember timelines because I wasn't in the group chat. And I just think we can really talk about this stuff so people can understand that like yeah, what you seen because we all did it so publicly. We all did it so publicly, supported her. What you all
Yeah.
seen was all very real. Just because Mandy had a gut feeling and didn't necessarily connect with her doesn't mean that she wasn't still, supporting Shelly in her way too. And this is not a
correct.
drag stream. This is not a drama stream. I can't speak for Terry Lynn, but I don't think hers were either. This is to bring
Mm-mm.
awareness to someone that I sent to her channel.
Yeah. And
Well,
like,
and I feel like when it comes to Terry and what, okay, go on, Mandy. I don't want to jump too far ahead. So go ahead and finish
Yeah,
okay.
you go ahead and stick to your notes. Go ahead, Mandy. There
Um,
you go.
like where I was like how I felt, and to be straight up, I don't know that it was just Shelly. It was like this was a group chat of women that I knew and I respected and I cared about their opinions. You know, B
Yeah.
has always cheered me on. She has always been there, even when she hated me. She'd be like, "Bitch, when you make it a channel." Like,
Yep.
I love that about her. Curlz and I have been close just from day one. She's just so sweet to me and kind. And, you know, I had a good relationship with Kursai. I had a good relationship with everybody in this chat. And I really respected these ladies. And it was coming off of the situation with Olivia. And I got done
Okay.
dirty in that situation.
That you
So it
did.
was like
Sure.
I kind of felt that when I felt the she might be shady feeling, I was like, am I projecting? Am I like, okay, I went through this really bad thing with Olivia.
Maybe that's what I did, you guys.
Yeah, and
Because
I
you're
felt like
right.
I was
Why would I
projecting.
befriend someone after Olivia?
Yeah. And like I just felt I was projecting and I was like, you know, this girl seems nice. Everybody really likes her. Um, and I'm gonna give her a chance. Excuse me. But so I did, and I did. I watched her videos. I did do those things. Where it got sketchy for me was around December. I'm not gonna lie. And maybe Curls, you might want to throw something in here. Like, and we were all talking about our real lives, our kids, you know, day-to-day stuff. Like this just wasn't like some shit talk group.
Right.
And that's what she's like portraying it as. And that's not what it was at all. This was a group of friends. And like
Right.
she's trying to divide people and make
Yes.
like Terry or me feel some type of way because we weren't in these other group chats when in reality I was super busy. I didn't have time to be in the group chat I was in. And so all of that aside, it's like around December when everything hit the fan and she was getting evicted, I just got a weird feeling. I really just got a weird feeling about it. And
Really? See, and I just assumed, you guys, I really did. I just assumed, you know what? And Popcorn, I know you're in here, but I'm saying it to your face, right? Like, Popcorn has done these disgusting things to my friends. Shelly's just another victim. And I can't believe how horrible this is. And everything was, Shelly did nothing wrong. And she's innocent and all, like she's just this little innocent baby. And how dare they fucking do this to her? And how weird that you hear her say it. Oh my God, we're going to be homeless. Like, I'm sure the group chat heard it before YouTube, right? Like, because that's when I would have
yeah,
heard it. And it's like, you
Well,
guys, I can only imagine how
and
you
let me
guys felt.
clarify, all of that was legit. Right,
yeah.
but all of that
Like
was
I
legit.
believe
I
it
mean,
was legit.
in my opinion, there was no scam for the GoFundMe. She absolutely had to get a new place. Even us in the group chat were not aware completely of her living situation. We at first we
And
were under the
that's
impression that she was in the same apartment complex, but not in the same apartment with her mom. And listen, she's gonna have to tell us everything, but I didn't realize everyone was in one apartment. And
and also, girls,
and there was
it was
legit
also
like
portrayed
people
as a
talking
two
about
bedroom. It was
right,
never
but there
portrayed as
were
the one.
yeah. Listen, I still feel bad that it happened the way that it did because I know that she's very close with her mom. Her kids love their grandma. And I have no problem with a family unit living together, but there wasn't enough space. And I'm not judging. It's just I just want to make it clear. I still support that GoFundMe that she needed. It went for legit reasons, and they did get into a place. And it sounds like it's a great place. Everyone's got their own room and they've got more space. But I also know that they're hurting and missing their grandma, and that still makes me sad for that part of it. But
Yes, and I
if
I
I
completely
if I
agree with
want to
that.
critique, like they had enough time to, in my opinion, maybe save up so that all of them, including their mom, could have moved into a bigger place. But
Hmm.
but it doesn't matter. Like we can't change the past. But I just want to make it clear. Others may have seen it differently. I didn't see anything but wanting to support her and making sure that she had that support. And even through all of this, even through all of this, I don't know if it's okay if I continue just for a second, a little bit on the timeline,
Yeah, go
Sure.
right
or
ahead.
do you want to keep going? Um, okay, so after everything happened with Curlz and then the comments and all of that, that's when I was like, after thinking about it, I'm like, I right now I cannot support Shelly. I have to put that boundary up. The Shay thing, again, I'm not trying to tell anyone who they can like, who they can talk to, but that is my boundary. Okay, that is
And
my
is this the
boundary.
first person that you've done that to? Because Curls, I
Yeah,
know that us as your friends, right? There's been quite a few people that were like, "Oh my God, Curls, please just break up with that person."
Yeah.
But like, you
uh,
don't fall for the shits. You're gonna like who you like. This is the first
right.
breakup for you, huh?
This was like the first time that I went out of my way to warn someone. And there is only three people on one hand that I could say I would possibly warn others about. And Shay is number one on my list, and she's not even a YouTube
Right,
creator. So to
right.
me, that should say something. I thought Shelly knew me well enough to know that if I am cautioning you on something, I'm not saying like she should have just ended. I don't know. Like I feel a little disrespected that it wasn't. And then I watched her video that now she put back on members only, where she admitted, like, yeah, it was a little bit of a dig about people warning me, and that was like she was being petty towards me and Stina because Stina reached out to just give her a heads up about taboo topics or whatever. I don't know taboo topics. I know some of the history with her, but I don't know enough. And, I had made it very clear throughout the group chat, throughout time. There were times like, I'm just going to use Bliss as an example. I know many don't like her. I do like Bliss. I got to know her on a different level when I was on Discord in Wildflowers. And her and I have chatted, not a lot, but I, I I do care about Bliss, and her and I have talked about cruises because I'm going on my first cruise ever this year. Next month, my
Yeah.
husband and I are celebrating our 15-year
Woot
anniversary, and I'm
woot.
very excited about this.
Woo
And
woo.
we have we love pets, animals. She's got like what I call like a zoo in her backyard with different bunnies and deer, and I like watching those videos. And she was really supportive when we lost two cats in 1 year. I'm not saying I agree with everything that has gone down in YouTube history with between her and others, but for me personally, what her and I have communicated has always been respectful. And so even though others may have not cared for Bliss Chris, I don't let what others think swayed who I'm still going to support, right? And so
Mm-hmm.
when Shelly's like, I felt like I couldn't watch taboo topics. I'm like, first of all, she did bring that up in the group chat, and I'm like, watch whoever you want to watch. Like, I don't have a problem with that. No one had a problem with who she wants to watch. It was trusting
Watch
and
what you
saying that you want
say.
to be friends with them that
Right.
I can't help but side eye.
Yeah.
And I'm not telling her what to do. That's another thing that she keeps saying is like she's feeling controlled. Well, for someone who's feeling so controlled, first of all, girl, you are an adult and a mother of four.
Very
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
So stop it.
And
Secondly,
also,
for any time that like any advice was given, she did the
She did the opposite, and then you
opposite.
cut
We
out.
gave a lot of
Okay, you're back.
suggestions and advice, but then she still went and did it anyway. So
mm-hmm.
who's controlling you? Stop it. You are responsible for
Yeah.
your words and actions. And just like I stood up many times and said, I like Bliss. I like her as a person. I like her content with her animals and stuff. I like some of her streams. There were some that I didn't watch for a while there because of certain people that were on the panel or whatever. But for the most part, I did. I wanted to support Bliss when she wanted to start her channel and encourage that. I do that for so many, especially people that are new. And that's kind of how I felt for Shelly. Like I wanted to encourage her. Like I could tell she really wanted to be a creator. Same with Mandy. I have
Mm-hmm.
always encouraged that. Please make content. I know like poor Mandy, like it was a shitstorm when she first came on with everything that happened with SJ and Coley and all of that. But I still have always encouraged her to,
Yeah. And
you want
like
to do YouTube, do it.
that was one of the reasons that the group chat for me was so revered. I respected you ladies. I cared for you ladies because you did. Even when you guys didn't, well, not you, because we kind of clicked from the beginning, but
Yeah.
like
Oh, that's
B.
cute. I would never think that. That's kind of cute to
Oh
hear.
Yeah,
yeah,
like
we
Aw.
spent hours. I call her daughter shortcake, and
You know what? I want to
yeah,
say
like
something really quick. I want to say something. Now, Curls, if you were, I want to say this because I think you guys would all agree, literally. None of us over here are big at all on you shouldn't watch or why are you speaking to. We don't do that, okay?
I
But
have said that from the start about you, Tira, big
yes,
time. You have never
exactly.
made me feel like ever.
Absolutely. Well,
mhm.
here's the thing. Just because I don't like Chris, I would never say anything to Curls about Chris. But if Curls told me she was talking to Shay, I would have to say something.
Yes,
That's how important it is to
Yeah,
not miss that point.
yes,
Okay, because
yeah.
just because I don't like Chris, she just got there talking about, supporting Chris and all this thing. Curls and I have never said the name Chris ever.
correct,
So
Yeah, and
that's
correct.
the
I'll
thing.
be like I'll keep it 100 too. I like Chris. She's been very kind to me in
See, and
chats.
I would never tell you, Mandy, why do you watch her or,
Yeah.
anything because I know Chris is not harmful. Chris is not going to harm my friends, okay?
Hmm.
Chris is just somebody that I don't like. But Shay, on the other hand, has literally found every single one of us,
Wait,
probably,
was
okay?
Shay the one
Yeah,
that found where you were in Florida?
Probably, Mandy.
Oh,
Probably.
oh
And
my
I just don't
God.
have proof of it. You know what,
That's so
Mandy?
fucked.
You have to remember. That's why I did when I said what I said when I did my video. She went to Marissa and Steph's community. She was over there for a
Hmm.
good year. Okay. And that's when their community was just building and they were, just starting too, like me.
Hmm.
She was over there doing dirty stuff. Then they kicked her out. Okay.
Hmm.
Then she went running to Cindy and JJ. Then she was
Mm.
doing dirty stuff over there. Now, am I going to sit here and say she was doing dirty stuff for them ladies, any of these ladies? No, I don't think so. But
Hmm.
I think she was doing dirty things and they were all privy to that information. There's a reason she kept getting kicked out of everything because
Yeah.
like and we do know for a fact that she was retrieving motherfucking information for the pig pen.
Yeah. And
I wouldn't sit
that
here
was
and say
why,
that them girls were asking her to get certain information. I'm not comfortable saying that. That's not even a conspiracy of mine, so like I
yeah.
wouldn't say it, right? Like that's what I mean.
Yeah. And to kind of tie everything right here, the group chat was started around the time of the 25 days of shitmas. That when we
Oh,
all got
the
our
the
own
damn shit
dedicated
mess.
vidicus.
I
Yeah,
forgot about
when we
that
all got
stupid
the
shit
dedicated
mess.
yeah, it was so stupid. And we all got a dedicated video. And that was one of the reasons Shelly was brought in, was because it's like, okay, here's this girl, what is the problem? And it's like other people knew her and they were like, nah, she's good people. So it was like, yeah, come on in kind of thing with the group chat, because it was like at the time we were all like anticipating our video coming out, and it's like we all knew that we were on the chopping block. It's just nobody knew what day your video might drop. You know what I mean? And
Wow. Okay.
so that was
Like
like
you
kind of
guys,
a
would you guys
bonding
talk
moment.
about that? Oh my God. So you talked about it and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, like we would let our
Oh
real feelings about
yeah.
it. Yeah.
And you're
And
like, oh my God, we're all gonna get a fucking day. It's just a matter of when.
yeah, and it's like, and then Anne
Do you
got a
know
Wow.
that it
day.
wasn't until just a few months ago that I even found out that Roadhog did talk about me on those 25 days? That's how much I don't watch the man. It's not that I never watch
Right.
him. I will watch
Right.
clips here
Mhm.
and there, but I really don't, because I know no matter what he's saying is BS and not factual. And even if there's some truth, there's lies surrounding all of it. And so I don't care about his opinion. I don't care. He can think all the things that he wants. He is not a good person. And what, and the crazy thing for me to even put Shay above Roadhog is bananas. Like that should make someone pause.
I
He,
actually quivered when you said she was number one. I did actually. I'm glad you said that. Okay, because I would love for you to explain because I'm very curious how she is above you know who, right?
well, here's the reason I think this.
Uh-huh.
I can't give exact details because of my memory, but there has
Sure.
been enough things that have happened in the last few years where people have like brought up concerns. I've seen her like in different communities, and then finding out that she's just dropping people's private information. I found out she's dropping my private information, not to anyone who's even asking, but this is what she's doing. And to me, that's dangerous, especially because some of the information she's getting is not correct. Okay. So you're giving out incorrect information, which could then cause an innocent person to possibly be harassed. And I find it dangerous because it's not public. She's doing this behind the scenes. I don't understand anyone doing background checks on people when, especially when I'm just a
Dude,
subscriber.
right,
Sure, I'm a mod,
right.
but why do you need to know? What have I done that you think you need a background check on me for? Seriously, that is weird behavior. And I find it to be dangerous. Here's, I'm not saying anything like this is going to happen, but I don't know if anyone saw that there was a YouTube creator. This just happened like in the last day or two. There was a YouTube creator and his
Hi,
girlfriend,
Amanda.
and then another YouTube creator. They had beef, and that YouTube creator shot and killed that other YouTuber and his partner, his
Wow,
girlfriend, and they're both dead now.
wow.
So
And
when
that's gonna
this is where
happen
my
if people
concern
keep
goes.
on.
Yes, when it may not be even the person that is like the one sharing people's private information and all that, but you don't know what others might be doing in the background and how they're taking that
Absolutely.
information and
Right,
now thinking you're the
absolutely.
enemy. I'm not saying Shay's like that. I'm just saying playing with people's real lives is dangerous. People have lost their jobs. People have had issues within their own family. Then I don't want to see any of
Yeah,
that happen. Like
yeah.
keep it to YouTube. If this was true crime, like if I was being charged with something and you want to then
Right.
FOIA me or do a
Sure.
background check, okay,
Sure.
maybe, but that's not what this is. And so it's little things
Wow.
like that
Chicago,
have
I
gone
have to
throughout the
interrupt
few
you.
years. Go ahead.
Girls, let me interrupt you. Chicago said it was over a mother. Hi, thank you for being here, babe. It was over a copyright strike, you guys, in
Yeah, how
Vegas. That's
crazy
the
is that?
shooting. That
And
is
I don't know if they've gotten the
crazy.
guy yet, but the guy who's the alleged suspect, the other YouTuber, the last that I looked anyway, they had not gotten him yet. He was still MIA, and the police
Mm-mm-mm.
were looking.
I want to be able to take Wildflower Tea's comment off the screen so I could put other ones up, but I don't want to pretend I didn't see this. I understand people may be being impressionable or naive, but she's been around long enough to not be able to use those excuses, in my opinion. It feels like a cop out, especially when we're all 30 and over. That is such
Yes.
a great point. And I've heard that a lot now that she's done this. She knows better, whoop de bam. And it came to me last night, now that we've reopened the gate. I'm like, "Oh, bitch, you wanna be not another housewife." First of all, can't no one you can't compete where you're not fucking part of it, okay? So that's number 1. Let's not try that, Miss Shelly. Not another housewife is good at trolling. She doesn't get in her guts. She stays trolling 24/7 for months at a time, and it's like, you're not even capable of that, Shelly. So it's like
Yeah.
So that's basically it's been a work in progress of why I caution Shelly about Shay. When it comes to anyone else, I I haven't, but I find Shelly had already had so much stuff done to her, and my concern was that Shay was going to use whatever information she found out, either use it against Shelly, either now or some other point in time. It's almost like she's got all of this like information on all of these different people, and whenever she feels like it, she can just drop that information to someone else to share the information. So her hands look clean, but she's the one doing the dirty work in the back.
Right,
Okay,
right. Oh, yeah.
and it also is concerning that she's not getting the correct information on some stuff, and so you are now possibly putting innocent people who have nothing to do with this possibly getting harassed or called, and they don't have a clue of why anyone's contacting them. Do you know what I mean? So
And can
that
I
is
be
Yeah.
honest?
that is
If
my, not like she
I
has done anything to me personally.
Right, right. And I
Go
have
ahead.
to be honest about something, dude. If somebody warned me about somebody, first of all, I'm in a group chat with you ladies. I'm talking to you. Do you want me to shut your door, mama? Oh no, you're asleep. She is talking to her man, Fanny. Um, I because she's scrolling on her phone, I could see it. Um, I wouldn't I would watch something that like Popcorn's stream, right? Where they all talked about all the things that Shay had done. And dude, it wouldn't take me 5 minutes to make a decision where I am contacting Shay and saying, you know what? I did just see that stream. And you know what? I really like you, Shay. I really do. I've gotten to know you. I like you, all the good things. But like, you hurt people. And that's just going to have to be a boundary because you are from the motherfucking internet and you are a stranger to me.
Mhm.
Why?
Right.
Why
And
does
Shelly,
somebody
see,
choose that over a group of women who support the fuck out of you and got you into a
well,
whole ass house?
and
Financially,
I guess,
emotionally, in every way. Like we supported her in every way. And it's like I didn't financially support her, so I'm not going to go there and say I did that. But I was
Sure,
supporting
sure.
her in the back end. I you know what I mean? I did everything I could. I watched vlogs over and over and over. And it's like, and when she would come in and she had issues or she wanted to vent, like I listened. I genuinely
hmm
listened.
And for
And
someone who didn't even really care for her, I mean, let's be honest, that's just very nice of you. And she's like not even considering, well, I mean, how do I expect her to consider anything you say, Mandy, when she don't even care what
no, I'm
Curlz
irrelevant to
says,
her.
right?
She was like
Like, what was I thinking?
in her video that she put in, she was like, and Mandy went on panel, and who is she? And it's like, girl,
Right,
please.
that was
You
my
may
whole
have
chat,
had,
bitch.
yeah, it's like that was my chat. And it's like, and then you went
Oh,
off and you had separate chats, and that's fine. But you keep confusing shit because you keep saying things that happened in my chat and
well,
then
and
saying,
that's
oh, but
the
it
other
wasn't
problem.
that.
Right. And that's the other problem. There's been, the things that happen with her putting out stuff with Kirsty, and this was my concern, and we've seen it happen where now we're all getting grouped into this. We had nothing to do with whatever happened between her and Kirsty. And Kirsty left the chat a long time ago. Again, on
Yeah.
good terms. It can be difficult to keep up with multiple people sometimes sharing things. And a lot of it wasn't always just about YouTube. But like my hubby, he doesn't want to hear anything about YouTube. So it was nice to have a space to be able to like
yeah,
talk
no,
to
and I
others
get
about this
that.
and know who the players were. But
Hmm.
even with me warning her about Shay, I wasn't saying don't allow her to still be a member. It wasn't anything like that. It was just be cautious, okay? I know you're
Yeah.
not sharing intel, but I also know that Shelly sometimes overshares. And if she's
Hmm.
talking to her privately, then I found out that there was an email that she sent. Now, I don't know what was all entailed. I didn't see any of this, but she asked people's advice. For someone who's saying like people are always telling her what to do, she doesn't heed the advice because the advice was, I wouldn't respond. Well, then she goes and already responds. And so
Hmm.
it's like, okay, so all right, so that's what kind of started all this. Then she was in the comment section, and I was still like, I got to take a step back, and I did, and I'm like, I I just didn't know what to think, right? So I didn't communicate with her at all. Then her gram passed. I sent my condolences. It, any communication that I'm about to say that I've had with Shelly has been from the heart, has been sincere, and has been genuine. And
Same.
But even if I'm kind, that doesn't, and that maybe is a Curlz problem. Just being kind doesn't equate, I trust you, doesn't equate like we're back to being friends.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um, but I could feel for her on that. And that was part of my conflict. Like I knew she was going through legit, really hard times with everything that was going on with her grandma and all of that. And
We all
I just,
did. We
I,
all did,
I
Curls.
just,
The thing is that I want to ask you, like right here, I don't remember Shelly being this reactionary person who was like
oh
coming
no,
at
she was.
everybody's throat. What she was in the chat.
She
I just
was,
missed
but
that.
a lot of times it was done in the chat and not so much. So then she would go public. But
I see what
even
you're
that,
saying. Okay, I got you. Yeah.
sometimes she would still like make, like she would say she's not going to talk about something, but then she'd make a video and she would kind of sort of talk about it anyway. And
Gotcha.
I'm not faulting her. Like
No.
you,
I'm legitimately
again, I
asking
always
because
want people to
I
have like
couldn't
their
remember.
voice, speak how you feel. So her saying that people are controlling her, it kind of pissed me off because that just didn't happen. Advice was
No.
given. She
Well,
didn't heed it. So like, who's controlling who? So
okay,
Hmm.
okay. So
so
then
I
all of the, go
imagine.
ahead,
No, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, but I feel like I just have to
go
when
ahead.
like I think about it. I imagine this group chat being a very supportive place. You guys have always said that. I can
Hmm.
imagine whatever
Yes.
group anything she's in right now, all they do is geek her head up. So Mandy, for you to ask, was she really this like reactionary? The thing is, she is being her head is being beefed up. Imagine,
Hmm.
Mandy, if all them ladies sat there and really talked the way, Shelly is making it seem like you guys did. You guys would have
Hmm.
all been mad all day long, all day long, all day
Oh
long.
yeah. And she talks
So
about
that's
it
how
like
she
we were
is. She's
beefing with each
salty.
other, and we weren't.
Right.
Nobody from the
Right. You
chat
guys were
beefed with
all
each
having
other.
regular conversations and shit. That's not what she's
Yeah.
having anymore. She loves it.
And it's like, it's so weird. And one thing that I want to point out from her video from yesterday, or whenever it was, the video that she did that we're all kind of referencing, she referenced in that video 4 different times that she has a childlike mentality. She even said, in some ways, I'm a child, 4 different times throughout this
Okay,
video.
but we're not
And the
allowed to
infant
be a child when we're raising
no,
child.
it's like the
Yeah.
I can't say it. The never mind. I'm not gonna say it. Can't get the word out. But like
I
her
don't even know what you're
infantilizing.
saying, bitch,
That's
so
it.
I can't even help you.
Infantilizing. That's the word. Her infantilizing herself and like making herself seem like this much like a 17-year-old is kind of how I feel. Like nobody should have to pull you aside and be like, girl, you sent 400 voice notes today. Like everybody is
Right,
exhausted. Like it is
right,
not on anybody else to pull you aside so you don't embarrass yourself. Like there are people like Curls who might say something to be like, hey, this is this or whatever. But at the same
right,
time, it's not going to grate on Curls the way it might grate on me. And I'm not going to pull you aside because I'm not close with you like that.
Well,
right,
and I
right,
also was encouraging her. I wanted her to vent in like a safe zone so that she
Mhm.
wasn't bringing it all to YouTube because it was chaotic through that whole time period.
Oh,
And
yeah.
and people wouldn't say anything and stuff was still being said. And so like then if she would say something, sure enough, then like the other side would be like, yeah, I knew she was watching us because she addressed this, this, and this. And it's like,
Hmm.
okay, true. But again, I'm not even faulting for any of that. So, okay, the next part that comes up is that recently she did a video with the makeup and skincare. Now, Chicago did the research for me because Shelly's got eczema and I wanted to help get her some skincare product and some foundation because
Chicago
I just
is your
wanted to make her
skincare
feel
lady, by the way, guys. Chicago for
right.
skincare. If you need any help, reach out to her. Okay, go ahead, girls.
So Chicago, like her and I were on the same page. I'm like, find me things that are going to be good products but are affordable, so that when if she likes them, that it where she can afford to repurchase
Absolutely.
them in
What
the
a great
future.
idea. I wouldn't have thought of
Right.
that.
Yeah.
So, and I know some people are upset that she didn't use the products right away. I wasn't. She reached out to me in DMs, thanked me. I knew she was going through so much with her grandma. And I also know how I am sometimes, even though for me, like I've been doing skincare and foundation for like decades, but she hasn't. And so I wasn't upset that she didn't use the products right away. She was just like, how I felt like she was in like survival mode with everything that was going on. So I wasn't upset with her. And I thought I was like, at first I was like, man, I sent her instructions, but then I went back and looked at our messages. And I was like, you know what? I really wasn't very clear on how to use these products. And I spent the time and the money, and I really wanted her to use the products. And I know she really wanted to use the products too. So then I reached out
Mhm.
to her. This was like a couple weeks ago in DMs, and I made it as simple as I could on how to use some of the products and whatnot. I was
Right.
nice. I
Right.
was kind. I'm not going to be. First of all, I'm not good at not being a kind person, and secondly, I wanted her to use these products.
You're
I had
not. Yeah.
spent the money on it. I wanted her to use them, and if I come in as like a complete bitch,
Oh no, you're
They're
cutting
cutting
out.
out. Jinx.
she's gone through
Oh,
so much
good. You
media.
owe me a Coke.
I'm cutting out.
No,
Right?
you actually just bought me a
Can you guys
Coke.
hear me?
Yes. Yeah, you're back. I'm sorry. She was owing me
Can
a
you guys
Coke.
hear
That was
me?
important. Yeah, we hear
Okay.
you now.
Okay. So I also kept thinking, like, I was watching her videos and stuff, and like, some days I'm like, okay, I think she's starting to get it. I can see some change in her. And not
But
that I'm
that's the
saying,
point,
like,
though, isn't it? Like, we're
right.
supposed to believe her. And I think she wants
Mhm.
to believe her.
And I want, like, I have been rooting for Shelly. So there
Mhm.
was some pleasantries that had gone on between us. I did reach out to her when her grand passed away, and she wished me happy birthday, and I thanked her. And everything that I said, mostly was about skincare and foundation. She apologized again, at about everything. And I said, I know you're sorry. I know you are. You've gone through a lot in the last several months. And I just kept thinking like she was going to see the light and some changes. And then yesterday happened. And now
Mhm.
all of a sudden, like I'm mixed in with like with whatever Stina had to say. And it,
Like she
I'm,
knew. She
and then
knew
she's like,
Stina was
basically,
trolling
fuck
her.
all these ladies. I have no loyalty. It's like, both myself and I know Anne were still like not actively communicating, but we're kind of like in a holding pattern to see how like things would go.
Mhm.
Um, and again, I knew that I just felt like she really still needed some support, and my heart really went out to her with everything that she'd gone through with her gram. And I could not be awful to her right now. I don't want to be awful right now either. But again, then she puts out this video that she said she actually made like what, a month ago, or I don't even know how
Yeah.
long ago.
And she
And
said it was a month ago.
I felt like again, like she admits in there that she was being a little petty towards me and Stina when I, out of my genuine heart, was trying to just caution her about someone. And
Mhm.
then like saying like these 50-year-old ladies, well, first of all, I'm only 29, but let's just say
Right.
I am in
Right.
my
Hear
50s.
that.
Like it's like it was a dig on us. It's like, and then she acts like she's all not wanting the drama, but then you're go ahead and bring it up, and she wants to now say, well, you can thank Stina. Stina's the one that caused all this. No, Shelly, you started this from the get-go. And
Yeah.
the people that you are like sharing streams on and stuff have not been kind towards Stina. So Stina feels a certain way. And Stina told us
Betrayal.
as soon as she like sent messages, she reached out, told me what she said. She's like, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said everyone. Um, I wasn't upset with her, like, because I understand where she's coming from. And I thought, okay, it's like it's not a big deal. And then Shelly goes and makes whatever post and comments and videos. And now I feel again like another slap in the face. Like, I don't know what you want from me, Shelly. I I have not been mean. I have made a few comments here and there. Yes, I went on one stream, but even then I was trying to not be a complete bitch about things. I was
Mm-hmm.
trying to be empathetic to what she's going through. And I have nothing left now. Like, I don't know what else
Yeah.
I can show her. Like, I needed to see some stuff from her to see how to move forward and
Mm-hmm.
hoping that maybe, I'm not saying we would have been friends again, but who knows? All I know is that I was hoping to maybe still support her from afar and let her grieve and get through some of this stuff, because I know all of those emotions can really, it doesn't excuse what you say or do, but it does give some reasoning of why some people react the way they do. I was trying to be graceful and kind, and I wasn't like lying to her in the DMs when I was giving her information on the skincare and foundation. I genuinely meant everything. It wasn't like I was giving her awful instructions to somehow embarrass her. This all came from the heart. And I just feel like none of that fucking matters. All of these other people
Mm.
that I don't trust, you value more than me or anyone else. And okay, I got it. I got the message loud and clear. No problem. You can move your way, and I will absolutely go my way, Shelly. And that's it.
Yeah. And I'm gonna comment some of this from more of a distanced perspective because I
Please.
I I wasn't close to her like that. And I have seen her move funny, so funny. And it's like I did have so much compassion for her losing her grandmother, but this is where it started to wane real thin for me. Okay, Anne is supposedly her best friend, right?
Right.
We
And
all
that's what I thought
know,
too.
we all know that Anne just went through a huge thing with her daughter. Like
Yes.
I'm not gonna,
Yeah.
say
Yeah.
it, but she had a huge loss. It took Shelley 6 days to send her condolences to Anne.
No.
That aside, she has been bringing up Anne, or not, maybe not bringing Anne up, but like indirectly bringing Anne up, like saying
Uh-huh.
advice that Anne gave her all the way back in my chat, like advice I remember hearing her say. Like Anne told her,
Wow.
hey, you can get the trampoline sponsored. Like if you reach out to companies and you're like, I've got these 4 kids and blah, 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 and I'm a YouTuber and this is my following, like was giving her a step by step on how to get shit sponsored. Oh, are we good?
I
Okay,
can hear you.
okay. She was giving
Yeah.
her a
Yeah.
step
We're
by
good.
step on how to get things sponsored. Okay, well, during all of this time, how like Marissa has is kind of going for Anne. And Shelly fucking knew that. Like Shelly knew that and still indirectly brought her up and brought up things that would make Marissa think that she was referring to Anne, therefore causing Anne grief in a time where she is already fucking grieving. And that bothered me to no end. And today, one of the first things in that video, when I was watching it, it was like, she brought up Anne and Abby and the Melissa and Steph thing. And it's like, why bring that up?
What?
Why bring that up? And then it's like, also, she, throughout the video, like toward the middle of the video, she's talking about Anne and she's like, I thought Anne was my best friend. And you can hear her voice start to crack. And she's
Mm-hmm.
about to fucking cry that
She
Anne said
did.
Lisa was her best friend, not Shelly. Like, come on, dude. We're not 12. Like, that is
You
an
guys.
overreaction.
And
We
Anne
we
wasn't doing
hear
it in
about
a dig.
Jody.
Are you kidding
We
me? Anne was
yeah.
not doing it in a dig. And she has tried to be supportive to
Anne has been
Shelley. She
so
has
good to her.
told Shelley exactly why people feel the way that Anne has been honest with her. And but still like was trying, not that she's been talking to her a lot, it's not like that, but she's tried to also kind of, I'm in the same boat. Like we've still tried to show compassion
Yeah.
and empathy and understanding. And where and people in the chat I told, like, I don't hate Shelly. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I care about her. I worry about her. I don't trust her. I can't say she's my friend right now because
Mm-hmm.
I can't call someone a friend that I don't trust. But I really want her to do well, and I want her to get it figured out. And I was giving her time. Well,
Hmm.
now she didn't reach out to me and say, "Hey, Tina says like none of you like me." If she would have asked me, I would have said what I've already said. Like this is hard for me. I'm trying to be supportive, but I don't trust you completely, and there is valid reason for that. May have not intended to do that, but that's where we're at. This is the domino fall that has happened from all of this. But she still had people that were still holding out hope for her. And now
Hmm.
she has completely blown that because I already gave her a second and a third chance, I feel like. And
Yeah.
I did nothing wrong. And yet it was basically like, fuck you, Curlz, today or yesterday in her video. That's what I felt like. It was like, fuck you, Curlz. That maybe it
Because
wasn't
fuck
completely directed at
everybody.
me, but that's how I felt. That's how I felt. And I
Yeah,
felt
and
like
like,
that in a couple of our other videos. Like it was a dig
mhm.
towards things that I have said or cautioned or whatever.
Yeah, and it's like she's done this thing this entire time where she apologizes. Like when I went into like her DMs and I was like, "Hey, focus on grandma." She apologized to me. And then she's apologizing in these videos. But there's always an excuse. And I'm not going to say that her grandmother wasn't a good excuse for acting erratically. But today in the video that I was watching, it's like she literally said, "I'm not making excuses." But her not excuses were that her dog was literally shitting blood and that she was worried about him dying that day and that her grandmother wasn't doing well and that her son was jumping on the trampoline and hurt his ankle on a bird bath and that she had to basically like go in every 15 minutes and like fluff his leg pillow and take him water and all this stuff. And it's like all these not excuses. It's like when you take accountability for something, you're like, okay, I am showing up. I did that. It was fucked up and I am sorry. Full stop. Not I was going through a lot. You know what I mean? Like accountability does not, in my opinion, look the same as it does to Shelly. To Shelly, accountability looks like, well, I was going through a really hard time. So, you should really understand. Like that's how I felt with every one of these apologies. It's like, I'm sorry, and I think that you should take it easy on me because of X, Y, and Z. And she also knows that these women are really good women and that they will give you a second chance and that they will hear you out and that they will be there for you. But you still shit on them over and over and over and over. And then you say you're sorry again. It just starts to lose its meaning. It's like it's a completely meaningless apology. I don't understand why she's still doing it. And it's like this Stina thing, like she waited 24 hours to react to it
I
unless she
have to
made the
ask you,
video.
girls. I have to ask you, girls. I have seen emotionally immature in 17 other words. Okay. Let me ask you this. When, okay, she was reacting and she was making 400 voice notes, right? I know you're exaggerating, but that,
Mhm.
she made a lot. Did you ever say to yourselves, gosh, she's very immature. I don't know, maybe you have to approach her
Yes.
differently or okay, so have you always seen her as emotionally immature too, Curls?
Well, I took I don't know if I call it emotionally immature, but how I took it as,
Because we don't get to
uh,
be a grown up in a group chat for fucking months and then be like emotionally immature when we fuck up shit. That's my
well,
point.
right.
It made me
I
think of
felt
that.
that's why I put her kind of like in like a daughter category for me. Like I felt like some of it she just maybe didn't know better, maybe wasn't
Okay.
aware of things,
Okay.
and
She
so
acted much younger than she is. Like she
Okay, okay. So
presents
you
as a
could
much
definitely
younger
say
person.
immature because she acts younger. Okay.
Yes, like I would say immature all the way around, like not just emotionally. Like, and that's the part that blows my mind. Like, you're a mother to four children. Like, I'm a mother to one child, and I'm not allowed to be immature. You know what I mean?
Oh
I need to
yeah,
set
dude. I
that
haven't been
example.
immature since I was fucking 13 years old, probably.
Exactly. And it's like, I homeschool. She homeschools. And it's like, I can't imagine the weight of homeschooling four children. Like, I homeschool my daughter because she has medical issues. Period. Full stop. If she did not have said medical issues, I would put her in regular school. Because it is. It's such a hassle. It is so hard. There are days that they don't want to do it. You're not a teacher. You're just mom. So they're going to argue with you the same way that they're going to argue with you when they're like, "Can I have my fifth apple juice today? You know, I'm not sugared up enough." Like they're going to argue with you when you're trying to teach them. And like I deal with that and it's like I can't imagine her dealing with it, if that makes sense. Because it's like she just she acts very immature. Like right now, she's going, and I truly hope that she does complete her high school diploma. But she's taking her classes and whatnot, and I'm like, well, are you like studying with the kids? Because her kids are
Oh, Christine, I'm
teenagers,
sorry.
and it's like I
Right.
can't. I've been to college. Like I have college under my belt. I would
Yeah.
not try to homeschool my daughter if I didn't feel intellectually that I could do it. Like I just would
Mm,
not do that. And
I
she talks
know.
and it's not like she dropped out in like 8th grade. No, she dropped out like midway through her senior year. So she got almost all the
Right.
way there.
See, and I
But it,
dropped out as a sophomore and didn't even go get my GED either. But I went off to have a career, even though I was a single
yeah,
mother to a child. So, here's the thing though, I'm thinking is well, first of all, I want to say Stanley Cup. No, I would like to answer that, and I'll let the ladies answer it if they choose to. Okay, but
Yeah, I saw that question
you
too.
know, uh,
I'd like to.
you guys didn't think the story about her aunt forging stuff was bullshit. No, not at all.
No, because
You
we
didn't
saw
catch
proof
on
on
when
some of
she
this
stole
stuff.
from her father. I'm sorry, but like if my dad had money, maybe I would have not allocated it properly either. Maybe I would have said, you know what? My fucking dad is like really gonna pass away and I'm in charge of his money and I'm 19 or 20
Yeah,
and
she
we're
was really young.
struggling or whatever. I don't know, but that's like what I thought. No, I didn't think that. And I don't think we're stupid or silly in any way to believe it. And not to mention, if you think I'm going to watch popcorn talk about my friend Shelly, that's not a thing either. So for me to see anything, I didn't see shit. And I also didn't want to because I don't know
yes.
what's bullshit and what's not. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, you
Mhm.
fucked up, dude. You're the one on probation for that shit.
Yeah, but at the
Yeah,
end of the day, too,
Shelly
like
definitely
when
made
you were
mistakes there,
punished.
but there was also truth and proof to some of the things that went on. And I also like she was very young, and she made some bad decisions. But
That's what
I,
I figured.
you know, I don't think it's all BS. I don't. I think there's always like the
Well,
three
good. I'm
sides,
glad.
right? There's her side, there's the aunt side, and then somewhere in between there's
Mhm.
the truth. And we saw proof to some of the stuff that
True, Amanda.
Shelley was saying. And I'm not saying all of it was that's how it went, but no, I didn't question that because she had talked quite a bit about it and was open with a lot of stuff and also admitted that she made mistakes. And I also, I guess I gave her some grace because of her age. She was so young. That's a lot for someone at any age to have to deal with responsible
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
someone's
Yeah. No,
estate
I
and
agree with that.
paying stuff and all of that. That would be hard at any age. But then being so young, like not knowing
I
exactly
agree.
Very
what to
yes,
do,
Stanley. Very
yeah,
yes.
you
But also,
know,
you have to take a class. You have to take a class to be a fiduciary person. Like, it's almost like a conservatorship. So, you have to take a class where they tell you what is appropriate and what isn't. So, it's not like you're going in blind. And that, unless that's not like a Maryland thing, but I think that's like a federal thing that you have to take a class to be a
is it?
fiduciary. Yeah, I
See,
thought it was.
because I'm
Now,
on
maybe
my
I'm
dad for
wrong.
that, but I haven't, I didn't have to take a class, but I don't know. I don't know enough about it, I guess. And that's part of the thing. I don't know enough about like all of the legal things of
Hmm.
A, B, and C.
Yeah.
And and sometimes when someone's your friend, it's not that we didn't ever question or ask for
And it's
clarification.
kind of
We did.
I kind of feel like I probably was like, I mean, it's money. it's like, what does that have to do with my friendship, right? Like, what does that have to do with?
And
But
she's
I
paying it back,
understand
you
that it
know, like,
should have to do with her character, right? Like, okay, we're supposed
Exactly.
to question her character because of this.
But like
But then I think about her being young, right? You know what I'm saying?
the one thing that I
Oh, fucking cute.
the one
Oh
thing that
my God.
I question and feel is that um I had questions about these things at the time, but like I let it go because she was our friend and it's like, okay. But the one thing I always felt unease about is the fact that she is on probation. But Mike pays her probation every fucking month. Like that is your punishment. That is what teaches you not to do
Right.
that
And
kind of
that's
shit again.
probably like,
And it's like,
right,
so
right,
how are you A making amends? How are and you know, I'm a 12 stepper. So let's just keep it a buck.
right,
Like
right,
I'm
right.
about making amends. I'm about
Yeah,
accountability. So it's
sure.
like, when I heard that Mike was paying it, and it's a large amount, it's $500 a month.
Yeah, that's
It's
fucking,
like,
dude. I've
how
never heard of that in
and
my
like,
life. But that's her
yeah,
paying it back, I'm sure, right? Like the
yeah.
right.
restitution for
Yeah.
real. Yeah.
And like my husband and I, our relationship, if that situation had happened, he would have been like, "Babe, I love you, but you're gonna have to figure out how to make like $500 a month because I
You know
didn't
what?
commit the crime."
Right.
You know what I
Because
mean?
like your
Like,
husband loves you and he's going to
and
take
he
care of you
held
and the
me
baby
accountable as
regardless.
well. Yeah.
Right. But he's going to be like, babe, you got to get the fuck
Yeah,
up,
you
bitch.
gotta do this stuff. And it's like I've dealt with agoraphobia. This was something Shelly and I talked about in the chat. When
Hmm.
I dealt with agoraphobia, it started like with postpartum depression, and then I had a bad car accident, so it was like a lot of things all at
That's where
once.
mine came
Very,
from. That was real bad for me. 5 year stretch I went through. So yeah, it was definitely after the baby.
yeah, and it's
My
like,
big one.
yeah, and like with my teeth, what happened was I was in a car accident, and like my face hit the fucking dash, and it went
Right.
one
It's
day. I
bad.
just had no teeth. And it's like that is hard mentally. And like I was real messed up for a long time over it.
Oh, I'm so
And
glad
it's
I
like,
don't let my teeth do that because I just heard someone say that was the reason Shelly like originally didn't go outside. Thank God, you guys, because I
yeah,
already
I
deal
did
with
not. Like I did
agoraphobia
not go
and
outside
I
for
hate
2
my
years.
fucking teeth looking like this. I really do. But that don't make me not want to go outside. Thank you, Jesus.
And I want to make
By
it
the
clear,
way,
I,
Tara,
I believe that she's got agoraphobia. I've never doubted that. I know
yeah,
some
I don't
people have
doubt it.
questioned it, but I've never doubted that just from the hours of conversations and knowing what she's doing and what she isn't, and but also encouraging her, especially when she did go out and do stuff. We were all so proud of her. I'm still proud of her on that because I know that was
Hmm.
really hard for her to like do some of these things. And
Yeah,
it's
and
like the
like, and
more
there
that
were
you do it, the
times,
more comfortable you get with it, and you can figure out some of the triggers and um I lost my train of
and it's
thought.
like, well, there were times where we were like supporting her and like, this is great. Like when she would go to the graveyard or whatever, because it's like you're
Yeah.
getting out of the house, you're getting outside. And then the other side would make comments about her being in a graveyard and how disrespectful it is. And it's like, we were just trying to cheer our friend on to get out of the house a little bit because she's having trouble with it. And it's like,
Right.
I don't
Right.
doubt in the
I
least
didn't have
that
a
she
problem with her
had
being
that
at the
problem.
cemetery. There are people who have
Yeah.
like whole
Yeah.
YouTube channels that show different
Oh,
cemeteries
yeah, I
and
don't care about
respect.
that.
And I didn't think she was being disrespectful. I know others might
No,
disagree. I didn't see it that way.
no, I don't see
And
that
we
way
did,
either.
like, especially I can't remember the guy's name, but, we would even say in the group chat, oh, tell such and
Wow,
such hello from
Libby.
us, like just, you know what I mean? Just, to me, it was nice that someone was recognizing that this person passed,
Yeah,
and that they did have a life. And I don't know, like I didn't
I
see it
feel
as
like
disrespectful.
everyone should
Others
be able to
did.
do what they want to do. That's very much where
Yeah,
I'm at. And I was proud of her for going outside because I know
me
I
exactly.
wouldn't
too.
even have been on the front porch.
Yeah, and it's like with her, I don't doubt that at all. I don't doubt that she struggles with that. But at the same time, back to like kind of what I was saying about like my husband would have been like, "Babe, you got to figure out this $500." Like when we were young parents, like let me see. I worked like I bartended until my daughter was 3. And then I started working online, and I've been working online for the past 6 years. I started writing scripts. That was not something that was like just,
And
I
you're
mean, it was
really good at it
natural.
too, Mandy.
Yeah,
You're
like,
really, really good at it.
thank
And
you, Curlz.
good
Like,
for
that means a
you,
lot.
because that's what my goal was too with the baby, was to stay home, because I had to work with my oldest.
Yeah.
And
And like
I
with
was a single
mine,
parent. It sucked, and I loved being home with him. I just
yeah.
figured out how to make money online.
Yeah, and it's like I have just experienced like the single parent thing in the last like year or so because my husband and I split.
Oh,
And
right, right.
it's like
So
so I
you
was
do
going
know
through
what I'm
all
saying
that
too. Sure.
also during all this time. I was going through a split with my husband, and it wasn't even like a terrible split where it's like, "I fucking hate you." It was like mismanagement of money, and like I got to put our daughter in the best situation I can because she can't have childhood trauma because you can't get your shit together. And I hate to say it like
Right,
that because I
right.
love my
Sure,
husband beyond
sure.
anything, beyond anything.
Right,
And we are
right.
still best friends. We talk every day. But I had to do what was best for her in that situation, and it broke my
Sure,
heart.
sure. Okay.
And
But
I guess
here's my
all of
thing,
this to
ladies.
say,
And oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm so
yeah,
sorry.
all of that to say, when I started script writing, I did that because I was like, I'm gonna have to stay home with my daughter because I want to homeschool her because she's having X, Y, and Z medical issue, and I felt that the best thing to do was to homeschool, at least during like the elementary school years, right? So when I approached my husband with that, he's like, I can't do it alone. He's like, I'm gonna need some help. And there was a year stretch because he got hurt at work where I was paying the bills with my script money. Like I was busting out 2 or 3 a week. And it's like for me, like the thing with her, like she was saying about her YouTube money that she was buying her daughter something for the first time with her money in her entire life. And it's like those kids are teenagers.
But do
How
you
is that
realize
even
when she
possible?
said that? But do you realize when she said that? Oh, Mandy dropped. I hope she knows that she did.
She's still, oh, okay,
Yeah,
on my
she's just
TV,
like,
she's
yeah,
still
she
there,
just like
but on my
disappeared.
phone, yeah, oh yeah, she's
Yeah,
dropped.
yeah, she dropped.
I wanted to
And I
address
want
this
to.
comment of Wildflower, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Um, 'Cause, okay, I'll read it. It says, I get the feeling that those in her life have possibly babied her a little bit too much throughout her life, for sure. I hope for her sake, that she can break that cycle and become more independent. And what I want to say is, again, I'm trying not to hate on Shelly, okay? But I can tell you from experience, from my own life, and what both of my daughters, especially my oldest daughter, um, as much as I wanted to save them, protect them, the best thing I ever did was stepping back and letting them fail because it made them learn on some stuff because I couldn't save them on everything. And they're adults and they need to learn that. And yes, she's on parole. That's a consequence, but she's not the one that's responsible for that consequence, right? Because Mike is paying for it. And her teeth issue and stuff. I don't fault her family for wanting to help her out. I know what that feels like, not liking yourself or wanting. I have teeth issues too from my illness and the cyclic vomiting and all of that. I get that. I do. I understand that. But I feel like she has not been the one solely responsible for certain
Well,
things in
when
life.
she
And when
says
other people
that,
are doing it, other people are picking up the pieces, other people
right?
are, that doesn't teach her. And you also don't get that um, feeling of like, I accomplished this. I took care of this. I didn't need someone else. Yeah, I had like maybe support from my family, like emotional, that kind of type of support, but I handled that responsibility and took care of it. And I feel like she hasn't had that. And I'm not trying to diss her on it, but it's important that she does. And I'm glad that she wants to make money and help,
But she
with
has a
family
whole craft
expenses.
room. I've been
Yes,
trying to say
and
this.
she did.
Okay,
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
like
she
you
there's
did say
other
that.
guys,
things.
Yes,
Mandy figured it out. She wanted to stay home with the baby and not bartend. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
want to be a single mom who had to put another baby in fucking daycare because my cousin, mother literally watched my oldest son. She lived down the street the whole time I worked. I wasn't ready to put my baby in no real daycare. I had to
Yeah,
figure
because
something out.
you
But
don't
I
know
don't
people.
have a whole nail room. Give me a nail room and I bet you, bitch, I'll have money for a P.O. box.
Exactly. Like that's how I felt when I started writing. I was like, give me a laptop and I got this shit.
Right.
And
That's what
my
I did
first
too, Mandy,
laptop was
too.
like
Yeah.
donated to me by my
I'm gonna figure it
sister-in-law.
out.
Yeah, like, and I did. I just jumped in and figured it out. And it's like, and I got good at it. And it's like, and I don't feel like that's braggadocious or anything like that. Like I got good at what I do. I know how to
I think
FOIA. I
it's
know how to
just
go through the
about the
court records,
drive. You got
everything.
to have the drive, don't you, Mandy? Because
Yes.
I
Yeah.
wanted to learn how to be a blogger. I wanted to learn where I can get ads to put in my blog. I wanted to learn all of those things. I had to
Exactly.
learn Twitter. Like, no, I had to teach myself everything because I had to stay home. I had to.
I had to. And it's like for me, I was getting paid shit for the first 3 years. Like I was
Oh, I
working my
bet. Yeah,
ass
because
off
I
and
wasn't
people
barely
were
getting
taking
nothing
like
either.
crazy advantage of me. Like it
Oh,
finally
God, I
took
bet.
Dustin Daly like getting me on a FaceTime and being like, bitch, you take 20% of the revenue. That's what you take. You don't take anything less. Like, or you take this much
Sure.
hourly. Like, because I told him what I was making when I started working with him, and he was like, no, I'm not paying you that. He's like, you're worth way more than that. Like, no, we're not gonna. And it took somebody like finally saying, like, no, Mandy, these scripts are good. You do a good work. You know what I mean? And like,
Oh, popcorn.
it took that for me to see my potential and to actually like start getting paid what I was worth and
Well,
not have to work so
but
hard.
no, real talk, you guys. Real talk, okay? I know that I have the stuff to make my press-ons. You guys, everything I own is sitting under the kitchen table. They held on to these tumblers. What do you mean you've never bought your daughter nothing? I thought you had a whole Tumblr business.
Well, she did make
Exactly.
a video like addressing that, saying that she had made money. Why she didn't think of that when she said, about the YouTube, but it went towards like group bills for the house, and I think that was when she was living with her mom. But
But can you
and
guys
again,
put me in a nail room? And I promise you, I won't even put $50. I won't even do a PayPal fund for $50 for my mailbox, my PO box.
like I want to make it
I
clear,
will
I am
figure it
proud of her
out.
that she's going back to school and she wants to get her diploma or her GED or whatever it
It's
is,
a
and that's
reason to be
great.
lazy. That's my opinion at this point in the game.
I
I
hope
mean,
not. I hope that she
I know you hope
gets
not,
it.
Curls. But
Uh,
like we have literally just uncovered the exact problems that we're dealing with. Because let's not forget anybody's allowed to be on YouTube.
yeah,
We encourage people to voice and make your
yeah.
videos and all these things. We don't encourage you to do bad behavior and then tell the
no,
internet all about it, where we can sit here as three people in a group chat, a group of people. I would say 20 of yous are down there for sure, 20 of yous, and we literally cracked the case. If you give me a Tumblr room, bitch, play
make some
around,
tumblers.
mess with
And
me
she's
and
got a
find
whole
out.
craft room now. Okay, I want to talk about the trampoline because I will say that triggers me just a little bit because, first of all, we put it over a cement bird bath. Like, what? What?
Oh my God, I've
And then
seen
her
that,
son
Yeah,
got
Curls. And I'm
and
hurt.
like,
one of
no,
your
And
something's
then,
excuses.
wrong with
secondly,
that.
she was given some advice. I know. I think Anne had told her like, listen, reach out to some companies. She might be able to get it. You know, maybe not completely free, but like a discount if she does a review on it. I know
Ew,
that B
ew.
shared some links on prices that were much more reasonable than what she spent, and then and listen, I'm not against Afterpay or whatever, but you have to realize when you keep putting things on Afterpay, even if it's $10 a month here or 15,
Oh my
all
God,
of a
I
sudden
can't
you
even
add
imagine.
all of
I
that
don't even
up.
do that, guys. I
You
don't
She
even
add
do
all of
that.
after
that
Even
up,
paid
I know not
pizza.
to
it's
do
several
that.
hundred
Like y'all,
dollars.
like the thing is, like she after paid pizza at one point. Like
Oh
she has
my God, you
after paid
guys,
so many
stop
things.
it.
Yeah,
Yes,
it was
like we
at what was the name of the place that they went
Dave
to?
and
Man,
Buster's, 500
yeah.
bucks. And it
Oh,
was like,
wow.
And
it's
I
just,
get like it could be expensive when you've
Oh
got
my
four kids
God.
and two adults. I'm not
yeah,
saying she shouldn't do anything with her kids. It's not
no,
like that. But what I'm saying is we've all tried to encourage some like different options for finances and being a little bit
living
more
within your
financially
means.
responsible and
Like,
and
I
listen, it
think
took
that's
me
something.
a while to like get I'm still not the best at finances. Hubby keeps me in check on
Well,
some of
I'm
that. You
not
know what I
either. I
mean? But
really
Like
have no
me
room to
either.
talk, but
Like
this is
none of us.
terrible, Curls.
Yeah, but like
yeah.
when you become a mother, in my opinion, like you
Wait, they're
got to
getting a
figure this shit
pool?
out.
I just saw popcorn.
Yeah, I saw that
Wait.
comment too, and I was curious.
Oh wait, I think she didn't mention that. Oh gosh.
I know.
Okay.
And all I
Mm.
could say was ew. I just typed it in the chat. I literally,
Well, I hope
because
there's
I'm
no
trying
cement
not to
bird
cut you
back
off.
over
I'm
by the
just typing
pool.
in the chat. Yeah, can you imagine? But yeah, let's put a trampoline over a fucking bird bath. Let's hope that none of the kids get hurt. Let's talk about that.
And then a
But
kid gets
no,
hurt.
you have everything you need in that house. You fucking packed your mother's 2-bedroom apartment with tumbler shit. And dude, if I had a fucking nail room,
And it
man.
wasn't a two-bedroom, it was a one. And that's one of the
Oh
reasons
my
people
God.
felt
Oh my
so
God.
that's one of the reasons people felt
Oh
so
no. Oh
betrayed.
no.
Was she had misconstrued the situation even to us. And we felt we were friends with her. Why are you
Yeah,
telling
but you know
us?
what? On that, I I'm not saying she had
I
to
get
share
being
all of her business,
embarrassed.
but
No, I get being
I
embarrassed, but
wasn't
when you're
aware of it
asking, like when you're
until later.
yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't
Oh,
find
yeah.
out till
I thought it was
after
two
the
bedrooms all
GoFundMe.
this time at least, not one, but wow. Oh my God.
And
I
that's
lived
like
in a one
seven
bedroom when I was
mhm,
fucking 15, 16, and that was
seven
small, good
people in
dude.
a one bedroom. Like
Oh
that's
my
crazy.
God.
Like, and I
And
lived
you're
in a
in
two
all
bedroom
that debt.
apartment,
I
like
don't
with
get it.
four
I don't
people.
get
Like
this.
like
You
I've
guys,
lived in
this is all money motivated. She came over here because she's seen what our community, what Krama, what everybody did for me when I was living in the park. She came over here with one agenda and one agenda only. Popcorn and fucking I'm so sorry I can't remember your name at the top of my fucking head right now.
Doug.
Stanley Cup, you motherfuckers are
Oh,
right. Why didn't we question what the fuck happened? Because that is what this is all about. That is the only reason she's the only fucking creator she's ever seen post her own fucking earnings, and it's $140 for 3 months.
yeah, and like that's the thing. Like
And
well,
then
and
when
when
you are
she
going
we
to
shared some of
post
the
that. We're
finances
talking
stuff,
about, I hope people
we
keep talking
saw
about
how much
you
Mike was
creep.
making, and I'm thinking that's a good income, but all of the afterpay and the $500 that she has to pay each month for, I,
probation,
yes, it's like,
it's
and
so much.
Here's the other thing that, listen,
No,
I
no,
still
no,
supported the
no, no,
GoFundMe.
no.
It was legit, all of those things. However,
Mm-mm.
what she had been telling us and the public is that they had a house fund, that they were putting money each month
Mm-hmm.
for a house fund so they could all
Mm-hmm.
purchase a house so that the mom could come with. And
Mm-hmm.
then all of a sudden, there's no house
They
fund
don't have
because she needs a
anything.
GoFundMe to get into an apartment. It's
Oh,
like,
Exactly.
wow.
you
And
didn't have
like
to say it. You didn't
Oh,
have, like, it's like she's,
wow.
sometimes I feel like she's trying to portray one thing. And listen, I get some of it,
Mm-mm,
like
mm-mm,
fake it till you make it
mm-mm.
kind of stuff.
See, I'm
But
angry.
we're
I'm
thinking
angry.
like there's like there is some savings there, especially living with her mom for 3 years. Like
Oh
we
my
exactly.
have the
God. In a one
opportunity to
bedroom,
be
you know
able
how
to
much a
save
one
some money.
bedroom is probably there? No
I don't.
more than a
I
thousand
feel like a
dollars.
bitch even talking about this.
I know, but you know what? It's where we're at, Curls. So it's
I
not
know.
like
I
we're
know.
We didn't
dragging her.
drive the
So please
car.
don't feel
We're
like
here.
that.
Like that's how I feel. None of us drove the car here. Shelly drove the car here. We are here, but simply because we were in the car with Shelly. We were along for the ride. And I will say this, like I am a 12 stepper and I do believe in a higher power, but I don't like what's it called? Like organized religion. I don't like going to church. I don't think the money is appropriated right. My grandmother was married to a preacher for 3 years. He was a dirty old man. I
Oh,
saw
tell the
exactly how the
story.
tithes, huh?
Tell the story about Oh
about
gosh,
his porn.
you shared that story today, and I know it's awful, but I also couldn't stop laughing. Like, oh my
Yeah, he
gosh.
was like the dirtiest old man. And like, oh my God, like one
Hold
time we
on.
went to
I
this.
want you to tell your story, but Stanley Cup came back.
Okay.
That's what I mean. It was a real GoFundMe, and she used the money like she said. But the reason she needed the money was fraudulent. You guys, have any of you seen? Because, in my opinion, because I don't look at things, because I don't care about facts, if you tell me that you got a piece of paper from your fucking landlord that said somebody called us, and Popcorn said 2 days before that she was going to call there, and you show me a paper on your screen, I'm just going to believe it. And that's just
Yeah.
me being honest, unless I really need to, like Jessica Kent or something, right? Like, we're
Yeah.
talking about my friend. I'm going to believe my friend regardless. There's already a bias.
Hmm.
So do we know that like she really like Popcorn really did this to her? Because correct
I
me
was
if I'm
not enough in the
wrong.
loop.
I
Curls would know
I
believe
that better than
Popcorn
I
is
would.
like saying she did not do those things. Her and
Popcorn said
Jugs
she
did
didn't do
not,
it.
correct?
Correct. They both have claimed they have not done it. I
See?
honestly don't know, but there was
Sure,
an
sure. No,
email
we don't
shown
know. We
somewhere
don't,
in the
but
group chat that someone did reach out to them. Now, we don't know who it was, and there was
sure.
some type of insurance company that also, if I remember correctly, I could be wrong. It was an insurance company that reached out to the apartment complex
For
um,
Shelly's Tumblr business.
for Shelly's Tumblr business.
Okay,
And then I
what if
think that's what
neighbors
started
were
all of it.
seeing her filming in the cemetery and we're like, hold up, there's 4 kids coming out with this bitch every time. They're all one
Yeah.
bedrooms in this building. Hold them up, Jim Shoe, right?
Yeah. Like, and we've all lived in
Oh,
apartment
Mandy, there you go.
complexes.
Chime in,
We
girl, because
all
I know
know
girls don't want to talk about this.
like we all know that people in apartment complexes can be petty as fuck. Like the apartment complex I was just living in, you couldn't smoke on the patio. Well, my ass thought, okay, it's like midnight, ain't nobody gonna see me. Well, somebody fucking told on me, and it's like I had to pay a fine. And it's like, so if somebody did notice that there were 7 people, these are teenagers living there. So it's like if they're seeing 4 teenagers and 3 adults, that's a lot of bodies. You know what I mean? Like you might be able to scoot like some 2, 3, 4, 5 year old kids by and nobody's gonna say anything because they're gonna be like, oh, they're visiting grandma, whatever. But when it's teenagers, it looks a little different because they're older. And it's like you might
Oh
not be
my
able to guess
God.
a
And that's
age.
why Mike goes out with one child at a time
Mm,
because they're not
probably, yeah.
babies.
Yeah, they're
Mike don't
not.
need to go out with them children one by one because like all 4 of them are grown as fuck. Like they're
Well, I
big.
think he does that just to have
Not
like the
grown as fuck.
one
I don't mean
time.
that, but they're big kids. I no,
Yeah.
I understand that, but I'm just saying, what if that is why? And that is why, right? Because like only one kid would go out with Mike. Shelly don't leave the house. All of a sudden, her, the dog, the 4 kids are all going outside all day. How do we
Mm-hmm.
know? Because I'm sorry, I have to say this. Popcorn said, Terry was the first one to be like, yep, Jugs 100% said she was calling. But Popcorn quickly was like, well, that's not what she did. She just said it. I said a million things that I was going to do that I would never even do. But I
Right.
wanted
The
to
problem was is that
intimidate
popcorn
people.
brought up a comment, and so did
Okay.
Jugs. And so then when
Okay.
it happened, we
It
all
felt real.
assumed it, right. We all assumed it was them.
Oh,
I
me too. Me too. I jumped on
I
the
do
bandwagon, no
think
problem.
that Jugs would have said she did. Popcorn played like her conversation that she had with Roadhog. I think she would have admitted it. I don't know for sure, but I think if they had done it, someone would have shown some type of proof that they did.
I
So
just
And
don't
I
feel
I
like
have been thinking that lately. I'm wondering who's supposed to bust out Popcorn and Jugs for really,
exactly.
for real doing this, and it hasn't happened.
And
right
also
if
like
with
I
everything
don't
that's going on, if someone had proof of them being a part of it, I think it would have gotten
I
out
believe
there.
you would
and
have
I
too.
honestly felt
You
like
know,
I feel like too with the energy that Popcorn has that she would own that shit. She'd be like,
She
yeah, I
actually
called.
yeah.
just typed it. Yeah, I just highlighted it. I would have owned it. And you know what? If Popcorn's gonna own all the other shit, I agree. Why not just fucking own the bullshit,
Exactly.
dude? Like, you
It's
did
like,
call, you said you were gonna call, you did it, and, like, it is what it is, just like you did A, B, C, D, and E.
and it's like, I
Right.
do. I see your point, Tira, like where you're like, oh, she saw an opportunity because she saw
I
what happened,
really
like with
I'm
you.
that's where I'm
And it's
at now.
like,
I don't know that anything that could be set up here could change my mind, because I
yeah.
was afraid of that, because I say to myself, okay, this is like something that I had planned to say tonight. I say to myself, not only it's not about getting me into an apartment. I'm sure
Mm,
everybody thinks that's what I'm most appreciative of, right? Because you guys
yeah.
got me out of the street and I got into an apartment. That's not what I'm most appreciative of. I'm most appreciative of the support that got me before that fucking money.
Yeah.
How would I have survived? If I cry, I'm gonna be fucking big mad.
And it's
Hold
like the thing
on.
is, too, for me, like I'm a 12 stepper, but I don't believe in organized religion. The story about my grandma was she was married to a preacher.
Oh
He
yeah.
was crazy as shit. Like he literally had a gun, tried to or a pow pow, and tried to, you know, get rid of my grandma at one point. Like he was a terrible person and he was a preacher. And it's like we would go to all these different churches and we went to this one holy roller church. Like they had the snakes and everything. It was crazy. And it was me, my friend Amanda.
I've
Like we
seen
need this
videos of
laugh.
some of
We
those
need these
churches.
giggles. We need these giggles. But it was me, my friend Amanda. We were like 16. My grandma, who did not put up with no shits, like at all. And this fucking preacher man. And like they sent around the donation plate, right? And they get it back up to the front and they're like, nah, God's not happy with this. Like, he's not happy with the donations tonight. And they start sending it around again. They did this like 4 times. It was insane. And then everybody leaves at the end of the night, and I see this preacher and the person who owned the church like splitting up the money. Like I knew the money wasn't going to the right places. So I believe in tithing. So whenever I get money in, like 10% of that gets paid forward. So like Kira needs some Diet Coke. I got you, girl. Like I got paid today. You're gonna get 10% of that, whether that's $5,
And
15
you
bucks,
guys know what? She will
20
literally
bucks.
send me $4.81. It's the funniest thing ever.
Yeah, because it's like I do 10% and whatever 10% is, I'm
That is
like, here
so
you
funny
go.
to know, because I'm just like, oh, she must have had like a couple bucks in her Cash App, so she sent it over,
And
because like
sometimes
Brooke will
that is
send
the
me a dollar
case.
98 sometimes, and that's exactly the cost. She's like, no, bitch, that's what I pay for it too. But
No,
do
like,
you guys
yeah.
see what I'm saying? Because like I said, I was afraid of this because I don't know how you could sleep at night taking money from people and just shitting on them like that. There's
Like
one thing
that's
I think if I wanted to get away from YouTube. I mean, think of all the things I was going through with the pig. I almost caved myself that year. That
yeah.
was a really hard year in that apartment. I didn't like that apartment, but I was so grateful to have a roof over my head. I'd had to deal with it. If I would have left YouTube, all of you would have understood. All of you.
Yes. Yeah, and we would have
But
came
like,
back
I
Oh,
when you
and
didn't
that's
came
another
back.
shit
thing.
on
Like when
nobody. I just
everything
had to
came out
leave
with
because I
her
had to
side,
leave.
and I'm talking to, she's like, I think I'm just gonna leave YouTube. And I was like, no, do not do that.
Right,
Do
right,
not, like,
right.
listen, I I have seen so many throughout the last 4 plus years that I have been on YouTube, actively
Thank you,
on YouTube.
Brooke. Thank you,
But
Brooke.
oh, we're so sweet. But
So
I
sweet.
we've all seen, like, I see this. I don't know if I want to call it a pattern, because I don't know if it's really a pattern, but I've seen it where, like, especially when you're newer creator, like making some
You're
mistakes,
good people, Julie.
or like maybe a bad decision, or like you see them grow and try not to take things
Yes,
too
girl.
personally, that kind of thing. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so no matter how I feel about Shelly, even right now, I don't want her to stop YouTube. If that's her
I don't
passion and that's
either.
what she wants to do,
I
I
said,
have
like I
always
said, I
encouraged,
want
even
everyone
if I
here
don't
who
agree
wants
with
to do regular
someone,
content.
right? Even if I don't agree with someone is saying, even though I can't stand Mr. RH, like, what I will always say, even for the people that I do not like, I still have some respect for the fact that they are still putting themselves out there and making, maybe not good content, but they're making something, right? And no matter who you are. Now, when you're being like, even with RH. like I feel like I have to make like an asterisk. Like, yes, I respect the fact that he's still putting himself out there, even through all the BS. But I don't like his content. I don't like the
Yeah.
things that he says. I do not like the way how he speaks about women. I do not like how he speaks about women in his private life, in his public life. Like, strangers on the internet do not like the man, do not support him. But I still give like that little bit of respect for the fact that he is still out there trying to make content. So
Yeah.
no matter who you are, I will always have just a tiny bit of respect for the fact that you're still trying to be a creator. And I don't
Hmm.
want, I'm never trying to silence anyone. There are people
Yeah,
that I
and
wish
like
would
I'm
shut
not
up.
going to
Like,
support someone who wants to be disgusting and gross and be abusive,
correct.
but if they do want to change, right? I can support that because
Yeah.
I think people should fucking be here. I think you should be able to
Right.
talk about anything you want to.
And
And if
I
Yeah.
can
you want
tell
to call
Shelly's
people
real,
bitches and fat, you know what? That's a lot fucking better than looking up addresses and FOIAs
yes,
and finding people in
yes,
park in a different
yes.
state,
And I will
You want to
right?
say
keep it to
this.
YouTube? Fine. Say what you got to say.
Right.
And listen,
Right?
I get
Or
that
if you just
Shelly
want to be
is,
petty and call them fat bitches. Like, I mean,
I know she feels a
popcorn's
certain
funny. Let's
way
be for
about like,
real.
right, about
When
popcorn
she's not being
and some of us
abusive, yeah.
being civil and friendly towards her. I
I see
don't like, she's still
change.
allowed to
I
have her
see
feelings.
some
She's
change.
still allowed to have her feelings on that. And how I have been is like, listen, do I trust that popcorn's completely changed? No, I don't. It takes time. And I told Popcorn that to her on a panel. But here's the thing, trying to keep the peace, especially when you've got multiple people going in, let's say, both communities. You know what I mean? It's good to be civil.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't want to have I don't want to have animosity towards anyone. Doesn't mean
Right.
I
And I
completely
No.
trust
also think
Popcorn
it's
by any means,
easy.
but I can watch and hope and see change. And so far, overall, I think she's made some good changes. There are still some videos that I was like, I don't think I would have said that. But again, I'm
But
not
you know
telling
what,
her
though?
what to
Don't
say or
you
what
say that
not to
about
say.
me? And
Yeah,
I'm
oh
not
yeah,
as
absolutely.
rough as Popcorn is. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm not as rough as she is. Like, dude, that's just funny to me sometimes. It really
I
is.
mean,
Yeah.
But
It
it's
my
is.
not
point is like,
abusive, dude. And
right,
and
I
I think it's
understand.
easy for people to get wrapped up in fucked shit when she deals with agoraphobia. I don't know how to what level, but I know she struggles every day, right? She just said it in chat. So like if you're at home and you're a homebody and you know made these new friends, I think you're allowed to make a first mistake. Unfortunately, she went too far with a lot of things, in my opinion, and I don't like it, and I will never like it. Will never respect her decision making process and at all. But I also believe that you can say, man, dude, this shit was not as fun as I thought it was, bro. People got fucking hurt, all these things. And I want to come back and I want to be myself. I'm still a bitch. I'm still an asshole. And I want to be myself, but I don't need to be abusive to people. I
Yeah.
want to
And
believe
like
Right.
that people would want to change,
there
seeing that they got caught up.
there is one thing that I did want to ask you, Tira, because you have experience with this.
Uh huh.
Like, you did get into an apartment. Like, people,
Yeah. Yes.
crowdfunded and got you an apartment.
Yeah.
How, like, for me, because I didn't donate. I'm very clear about that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah. Yeah.
am
Yeah.
upset for my friends who I know took this very
Yeah.
seriously and were
Same. Same.
immediately boots on the ground. Like, let's do this. How much do you need? What can we do to
Right,
help?
right,
All
right. Like
that,
I gave her
right?
$20 and I know my friends are, I know who my friends are and I know how they
Yeah.
are. So yeah,
Yeah.
very
And
that.
like
My
my
little $20 ain't shit.
and it's like my question for you is, if you had, like, when you got your apartment, like
Mhm.
within 4 months, could you have switched up like that? Like, could you shit on the people who
I
literally
could
got you in that?
never. I could
Like,
never.
that's the
Like I
part that
said,
fucks me up.
right, because here's the thing. I felt really bad about moving out and moving in with my son. But when you got a 23-year-old who hasn't been with you since he's 16 and he lived his whole life with you, right? And he
Mhm.
wants you, I'm sorry, I had to
That
put my
feeling you
son
have to.
first.
Yeah, you
You know what
have
I
to.
mean? And I even left that apartment bogus so I could give him money to put in his savings account or pay off whatever it is he got behind on.
And it's like,
He's
I know
doing
that.
great now, so everything's
Yeah.
fine. But thank God, because the thing is, no one ever said a word to me. That's the best part. No one ever felt like I took all the same furniture that you two bought me because I was able to get furniture that I needed.
Hmm.
I was able to get into the apartment. I had more than enough money. And
And
I
this is
was
another
so
thing,
good.
Tira. If
That
I let's just say at that time, I sent you curtains and curtain rods. Would you have put that shit up and like took a video and be like, oh, hey, Mandy brought me some curtains, or at least send it to me privately? Would you have done that?
Oh yeah, for
oh,
sure. For
Okay,
Tyra
sure.
did that with
Stina,
anything that she got. She opened
Yeah.
and showed her
Yeah.
nothing.
famous
Yeah, and
people.
it's like
And
Stina
Yeah.
bought me
Shelly
the
had, she
curtains.
did say, Shelly did say something about the curtains. I don't think she said anything about the rod. And here's the thing,
She said
like
she
when I
didn't get
donate,
rods, Curlz. She literally said it, and Stina sent her rods.
Yes,
oh,
and it's
she
like,
said she didn't get the rod?
Yes, literally said it because
Oh,
I even caught it, and I haven't watched her in like a week or at
and like
least
these are
five
the
okay.
days.
things that like really make me angry because it's like those are my friends, like, and they were riding for you, and they were getting
Right.
you
And
But
you
here's
guys,
the
furniture,
I
like
other
did
thing.
a
If I
video.
donate to
place.
someone, if I donate to someone, and that's what I felt like she did to Kurt. If I donate to someone, I do not expect that means you have to agree with everything that I say. And that's one of my issues
I'm
with
not
Shelly.
taking the
Is like
money, Curlz.
she felt like because Kurz donated, like all of a sudden now she has to do what Kurz says.
And
No,
that's
Yeah,
because
not
that's
first of
how it
not
all,
was.
fair.
Shelly
No.
hasn't done that. Shelly's done things. She says, "Well, people tell me not to do this, so I don't do it." But then guess what? She turns around and does it anyway. So
Right.
no one's
Exactly.
controlling you, and that irks me.
No.
And
And it's
if
Well,
like
I
and you
donate
know
to
what?
someone, this
I'm
is
not
just me. If I
accepting
donate to
money.
someone, I am not policing exactly how it's used. Now, I know that the GoFundMe was used for her apartment, but I'm just saying if I donate to someone, uh, I donated to Kira, I'm like, use it for whatever you need. Like,
Right,
that's kind of
right.
how I
when
feel.
I was
But
going
that's
through my
me.
shit, like when I was going through my shit, like at my separation, you were there for me, Curl. You were the one that was like, bitch, you're taking this money. You're taking it, and I
Right.
don't
Oh
care what
Yeah.
you
yeah,
say
there is
about it.
no dude, she'll find a way to give it to you
No,
anyway. It
I
doesn't
know. She
matter.
was
So
like, you
just
were
take it.
taking
Yeah.
it. Yeah. And like I needed it at the time. And like
Yeah.
that's
Well, and
why
it's
Yeah.
I
not that
tried
I
to
have a
pay it
lot of money.
forward.
I don't. But
You're a giver
when
and
I've
that's how
also been
people
in
show their
positions
love.
when I have been in positions in my life where I have been blessed to have family that has helped me, and I've had friends that help me. And I've always said, if I can pay it forward somehow, I would, as an appreciation for the people that helped me when I really needed it.
Exactly.
And
Like
Right,
it's not
that's
like
what
you have
I
to
right.
have
give
tried.
the person the
So
money
I
back.
regret nothing on any donating. And even with like the makeup and skincare, Shelly didn't ask for that. And honestly, what I do is one of the things that the way that I donate sometimes, not always, but sometimes, is that I play games and I earn points and then I can turn them in for gift cards. And so I try to pick some, it takes me a while, sometimes a couple of months to earn enough, right?
You
Um,
go, girl.
so the one time for Shelly, I had already planned that I was going to get her a $50 Amazon gift card. Well, then she was talking about foundation and that she doesn't have a skincare routine. And I said, you know what, Shelly, I was already going to earmark this for you, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy you the product. And of course, I still had to chip in for that. I don't regret it. It's not like that. I wanted to do it. The thing is that I had friends. Not that I never had like breakouts growing up, I did, but I had a best friend who had severe acne issues, and I saw the impact that it had on her and her self confidence. And so I always promised myself as a mother that if
Right.
any of my kids, my daughters, I had two daughters, but if any of my kids ever had skin issues, I would make sure to like either have them see a dermatologist, make sure I'm getting them the right products. And I felt like Shelly needed that. And I wanted to help her out because I knew she was self-conscious on it and I wanted to help encourage her on that. And I am like a big believer in skincare. If you do nothing else, and it doesn't have to be like an 18-step routine, like even just washing your face with a face wash and a moisturizer. You don't have to have eye cream. You don't have to have all the serums. You don't have to have all of that stuff. But those two basic things can make a huge difference. And
Yeah.
starting
You
it
guys,
at an
I'm
earlier
using Dollar
age.
Tree skincare and it makes a difference. Like I
I
remember
started
reaching
doing
out there and
skincare
telling
when
her
I was
like the
11
Dollar Tree got it. Oh
because
no,
my
not me.
grandmother
My
was
mom
big
never
on it.
told me.
That's who I
Yeah,
learned
my
it
mom
from. She
never
always
told
told
me.
me, make sure you do your neck. Try to do the back of your hands. Those are the two
Oh my
places that
god.
age you.
Oh my
And
goodness. My
Made
so
me
grandma
a
told me the
shower. Oh
same
my god,
thing.
fucking popcorn, dude. I gotta quit reading popcorn's comments. I really
Like,
do.
but like that's the thing. And like everybody in this chat, Tira, we all know Curl's heart. We all know B's heart. We all know all of these women's heart. And I just feel like you have shat on them. And you know what? You
Well,
may hate
and
me
let
because
me and let
I'm
me
being loud about you shitting on them and it not being okay. And also there are these weird impersonator accounts who are
mm-hmm,
impersonating old, yeah,
mm-hmm,
and it's convenient. They're talking about me,
mm-hmm.
Stina, and Terry Lynn because we are the
Of
ones
course
that
they
are
are.
being loud. And it's
Of
like
course they are.
and I would go to war for Curlz. Like she knows that. I have told her
mm,
that. I've been like, I will go to
I don't
war.
need
Like
anyone to go to
today,
war for me, but thank
I
you.
know that, but I know that, but like
Oh
I
yeah,
will.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
I'm
for
not gonna
sure.
let nobody like step on you or like treat you shitty. Like it's
Not
just
without
not gonna
saying
happen.
something, absolutely,
No,
sure.
I am gonna
But
be loud.
but let
I'm
me
gonna
just give
make
you
noise.
guys an example. I really want to say this because it just happened today. First of all, I'm not accepting any money from anybody with conditions that say you have to call reporters and you have to call Crime Stoppers. I don't even want to call the police. So
And
if
I don't
you
believe
think I'm
that
going to
was
But
the
call
Curse
Crime
didn't
case.
do that.
Stoppers,
Curse did not do that.
No,
that's what
that
I'm
Curse,
wasn't the
saying. Okay,
case.
but
okay,
just hear me out, okay?
okay,
But
okay.
now I had talked to a friend recently and I'm like, dude, I cannot believe that I had to already go into my cuz I sent my travel money to my friend in West Virginia. So I don't
Mhm.
touch it. I've already had to go in there and get a hundred bucks out of it.
Yeah.
She had offered to replace it. Some things
Mm.
have changed and I'm gonna stay. We're gonna move and we're gonna try it one more time.
Mhm.
Okay. So I tell her, you know what? Me and him talked today, and I'll talk all about it before I get off this live stream, just to
Mhm.
let you guys know what's going on. But I'm like, you know what? I can't literally take that from you because, dude, I literally, we just been talking for 3 hours today, and I'm not going to go now, at least not for right
Yeah.
now. So I will hopefully, if when I need to go, should be okay, right? Like, she's like, well, I would like to send it to you anyways. Now that I can say, okay, I really, really appreciate that. It would be so helpful of you
Mhm.
to, send me that $50. That would be so nice of you. I appreciate you. But I didn't want you to hear me say in a video that I'm not going and I just let you send it to me
Yeah.
because
Right.
you offered it for me to put in my travel fund. So
Mhm.
that's what I'm saying. You can't accept money with. See, I had a thing, Mandy, and Curlz, you remember, but Mandy, you wouldn't. Okay,
Mhm.
I had somebody who loved to gift me things, and I'm not talking about Curlz when it's Christmas or my birthday. Okay, because she does
Yeah.
spoil me. She really does. She always has. Everybody knows it. Like her name's on the gifts when I open them, right?
Mhm.
Well, in this case, what was I saying? Oh my gosh. What was I talking about? You guys help me because I
You're talking
totally
Well,
about
just
you're
someone that gifts you, but it wasn't
oh,
me
thank
and
you,
it
like
thank you.
with
wasn't the
Okay.
birthday thing.
conditions.
So all of a sudden it turned into I'd be like, damn, I got cramps. Next thing you know, dude, Amazon's delivering Pamperin the next fucking day or My Doll or whatever the fuck that shit's called. And I'm like, oh my God. Dude, all of a sudden I'm doing a live stream and I decide because I'm doing live streams probably 4 or 5 days a week at the time, Mandy. It was $10 a month, fucking unlimited streaming. I was always streaming. I was a streamer girl, okay?
Yeah.
Did
Mhm.
videos and was streaming. She got mad that I canceled my stream because I was fucking tired. So she comes into my inbox like she owns a bitch.
I
Oh
remember that.
no. Oh no. And you know what? It has not happened since Curlz 4 years ago, easily.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. It was
Four
it
years,
was
right?
right,
Like a
maybe
good
three and a
4 years,
half,
because
but
it's
right
going to
around
be
that
5 in
time period.
October.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
don't give things with conditions. You don't. That's
And
not the
and
way
and
it
I never
works.
knew the conditions, and I didn't know
Yeah.
how to tell someone to stop sending gifts. I didn't know
Yeah.
why she was doing it anyway. I just thought
Yeah.
she was such a sweet girl.
I just want to say
And
good night to
I
Chicago
do
and
want to
let her
say
know
though.
Thank
I'm
you,
thinking about
Chicago.
her. Sorry. Good
Oh
night,
no, no,
Chicago.
no.
I'm thinking of you, honey.
Good night, Chicago.
Good night.
One
Thank you
thing,
so much for
one
coming.
thing that I do want to say because I just saw it in the back end. Someone was
That's
trying to get
fucking
proof,
my doll.
like someone was trying to get proof of the letter about the insurance from Shelly, and they
And
never
I
got
would
it.
like
They
to see
don't
that.
know. Like
Okay.
it's very much up in the
Okay.
air. Nobody knows because they never got proof of any of this.
See,
So
and there's
that's and
Oh,
something
and
see,
wrong
I
with
thought
that.
she did show proof. Why did I think that? Why
and
Because
did
I'm
I
just
Curl,
saying
think?
this
she
is
was
on the back
putting
end. This
stuff
is
on
just
the
something I
screen
saw.
and it looked legit, bro.
Oh,
And like I don't know. All of this has made me like question things so much because it's like we all were getting along. Like for once in YouTube history, like we were all cool. Like we were all
Yeah.
chill. Like
Yeah.
we were making our content or like for me, I'm taking a break and I was gonna come back and all of this.
Sure.
And
Oh,
it's
good. I'm so
like,
glad to hear that.
yeah, like I'm planning on coming back. And it's like for
And
all of
you'll
this
be
to
tagged
blow
in the
up.
stream afterwards. So I will make sure to tag you like when I share it again.
Okay.
I have a hard time sharing or tagging on community posts, and you cannot tag in StreamYard.
No,
So
you're
once it
good because I
becomes a
don't think you
YouTube
can tag me
video,
right now anyway. Because I had
okay,
to turn my
okay,
tags off because of the crazy videos. And
okay,
that's one of
got
the
you,
reasons
got
I've
you.
like delayed coming back.
Sure. I don't
Like
blame you.
I just delayed it and it's like and
I
I'm
don't
not
blame you.
going to like that's not fair to me. Like this is something I want to do for myself, not
Man.
because I want to be like some big, YouTuber. It's because I want to come back. I miss my community. I miss having
I've been
streams. I
wanting you
miss
to
it
come
all.
back too, Mandy. You
Yeah.
know that. Like,
Yeah.
come back.
Yeah, and like I have support, and like that's the thing that I just don't get here. Is like Shelly had all the fucking support in the
She
world.
did,
She
dude. I
had the
shared a
best
bunch of her
people.
shit. Dude, you guys, I got over 400 views on the video that I went out of my way to make when I wasn't even making content to talk about her being homeless. And I know I
Yeah,
didn't say Popcorn's name, but
everyone did
like I
it.
did say like another YouTuber bullied her to death. And you know what I'm saying? Do you know how
Yeah,
many people probably donated from me and went over
yeah,
there
and
from
I
me?
believe I'm not wrong. I don't think I'm wrong when I say Anne made a video about it, and she is the biggest community of us
Did
all.
she? Okay, because I try to because I really like Anne's content, her lifestyle content. And sometimes I do. I get behind and then I'm fucked. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I didn't know that.
I think I don't know if she made a video, but I'm almost positive she shared on a community
Yes,
post at least about the GoFundMe.
yeah, and I want to
I
say
can't
she
even remember
brought
what
it
I
up
did
in a
yesterday,
walk-in
more or less a
Yes,
month ago sometime.
Laura.
Yeah,
Laura
and
said there was temporary peace and then out of
Yeah.
nowhere shit got crazy. Very
well,
fucking
And
bad.
that's
exactly.
why none of us understood when she did that video on Curse Guy and then shared private DMs. Like, we just went through all this stuff with Melissa, and then you go and do all of that. Of course, it's gonna like. First of all, I didn't understand it. I, I, I did not want to invalidate Shelly's feelings during that time period, and I spoke to Shelly privately. I like, listen, you are allowed to have your feelings. I don't see it the way you did. I wasn't in those DMs though. Like these are DMs between just you and Kursai. I also reached out to Kursai and say, listen, I don't understand what's going on, but I just want you to know I'm still supporting you. But I was honest. I'm still supporting
Right,
Shelly too because I don't exactly understand what the hell is going on. And
right.
then for Shelly to act like, well, why are the ladies upset with us, upset with me? Because it's not like I'm talking about our group chat. Well, unfortunately, we all got mixed into this. And even if we didn't, I still stand by there was no reason to put this out. You like no one needed to know the amount of money and the
No,
fact that Kirsty donated that amount of money, that's a lot of money. And Kirsty did it with no strings attached. All of us were trying to
none.
give Shelly advice and she was hesitant to do some things. And so sometimes you had to be a little bit more point
But
blank.
why was she hesitant? Okay, because here's the thing. She needed to break up with you. She just had to
Well,
figure out how, because I want to also say something that just came in my mind while I'm sitting here listening. Why? No, not why. When I got that money donated from the multiple communities, you guys, I didn't get donations or do pools or anything for at least a year. People
Yeah.
didn't look out for me, and nor did I expect them to, nor did I make any pools and shit like that.
Hmm.
Or maybe I did, but like nobody really donated for like a year,
Yeah.
because it's like, you don't expect them to. Like they, you know what I'm saying, just drop
Yeah.
fucking $25 out of nowhere type, or 50, or like there's a
Hmm.
reason I got an apartment. Dude, she's not getting nothing from none of yous.
Yeah. Like that.
well, and the
And
thing with First Eye was like a, a separate thing because uh, she felt like Kirsty was encouraging her. We had all the stuff going on with Roadhog. And here's the thing that I kind of forgot about at that time when this first happened. I kind of forgot about some of the stuff that Roadhog had said regards to Kirsty. It was not nice. It was a threat, something about
it was
sticking
a
her
threat.
in an eye with a knife. Okay. And what I saw,
Oh my
this
God,
was
what a
this
pig.
is my perspective. Okay. What I saw is Kirsty saw a lot of ladies upset. And what can we
Hmm.
do? Because the ROs, the few people that had gotten them, it wasn't making a difference. He was still saying their name. He
Right,
was still talking
right,
on
Hmm.
them.
right.
And so Kirsty was trying to come up with different like options of things that we could do.
And
And
I
Crime
can
Stoppers
see
was
that.
one of them. And and so she was telling Shelly, like, you need to make sure you're protecting your family, okay?
Right,
And
right.
so,
Which I
but
wish I
I'm
would have
not sending
done.
you this money because now I expect you to do this. What she's saying is, okay, now I need you to protect your family. We're going to get you so that you can get into a new
Right.
place.
I'm going to
But
give you
now you
this
need to,
large sum of
but
money,
it wasn't like there was
and
strings
now I need you
attached.
to be careful, right? Like that's what
Yeah.
that is.
Yes, yes.
Yes. And
I,
also, I do want to like reframe something. Like I when we first started talking, what I had said was that I created the group chat for like us to have a place to vent. That actually wasn't why I created the group chat. I just remembered the group chat had everyone in it. Marissa, Melissa, Steph, everybody that was watching my streams or interacting with me in any way was invited to this group chat because originally what it was Mandy's going live. That was the name of
yep,
the
Oh
group chat.
yeah. Oh
yep.
yeah.
And
You said
then
that on Terry Lynn's.
yeah, like I forgot about that. And then like then it became a place to vent because of all of the stuff that went on that Christmas. That was Christmas of 2023. And then Christmas of
Right.
2024 is when all of this happened. So this is all over like the course of a year.
Tina.
And, like, it is so
Hey,
it was
Tina.
disrespectful in my, like, opinion when she made her video for her to be like, "Oh, Mandy, who's that? Bitch, you know who I am." Like, don't
Right.
fake and front and
Right.
pretend. Just because I am saying how I feel now and that I saw some red flags and that I felt
Right.
a certain way does not mean that I wasn't supportive to you, does not mean that I
Well, and
didn't
I have
listen
to
to
tell you
you.
too, it's not even just you, Mandy. I mean, we're talking about Brooke said the same thing, Boop said the same thing. And I'm sorry, but them ladies, they never fucking say nothing until, right? Like, you know what I'm
Tina!
saying? They wouldn't. But like they always are like, damn, I fucking knew something was off. Dude, that's what it is, you guys. She came over here. She came over here because dude, because oh my God, I just can't believe
Oh,
this is
Terry Lynn
even
brought up a
real.
good point
What's that?
because if you, Terry Lynn says there was 6 to 8 months difference of the time the reporter shit and the $500 donation. She twisted key words.
Exactly.
And that's right because she donated. That was another thing that the
Wow.
that Kirsty tried doing is contacting a reporter to like because some people don't realize, and I think people are now starting to realize the impact that some of this stuff that on YouTube does impact your personal life. It impacts your
It
mental health
does.
and all of that. And so nothing was happening with Roadhog. I mean, it didn't matter. Like we could get some things taken down, you know what I mean? But there was really like no consequences happening. The ROs weren't making a difference. And so she had also reached out to a reporter. Now I didn't send anything to the reporter because I didn't really I feel like in this group of ladies, for the most part, I'm not a creator, right? So I'm a mod for several people, but I'm more of a supporter, right? So
Yeah.
first, I really was trying to find different avenues of somehow trying to get some type of spotlight on Roadhog and his actions, his words, all of that. And that was one of the other things was the reporter. So when Shelly puts out the video about Kirsty, she kind of makes it seem like Kirsty sent this money and then right afterwards expected her to contact Crime Stoppers and expected her to reach out to the reporter. That's not what Kirsty was doing. And then even with that, Shelly just said in her video, I'm sometimes childlike and I need people to tell me what to do. So then people say, do A, B, and C, and now like she's got an issue with it. So like I don't know what to make of you, Shelly, because
It's like, what
you're
do
all
you
over the
want
place.
from
You're
us?
saying like people control you,
I'm
yet you
also
still speaking your
hearing.
truth. God, I'm trying to keep it together. But
I
you can ask
know it's
Mandy
hard.
earlier
I
today.
know. I
I was
plugged up
so
once. It
frustrated.
happens. It
I
is.
was
Yeah.
hurt because, yeah, she's mentioned my name here and there, but I feel like some of the other videos that she's done where she maybe hasn't said my name, and then she admits in the video that she put back on members only that it was to be
Mm-mm.
petty towards Curlz and Stina. It's like, what have I done? I have only shown support. I have
Curls,
not done
this is
anything
your Roddy.
nasty.
This is your Roddy. And how
God.
funny that it's like totally opposite, right? But you know
Hmm.
what though, mamas? Your heart is so big. There's people who
Yes.
do need you, right? And Shelly just isn't one of them. So, like, this needed to happen. But also, I think at this point, I think she also found a group of women who were also willing to enable her bad behaviors, just like her family does.
The thing
And
is,
I
it's not
also
like we never
think,
said, hey, no, Shelly, I wouldn't have
okay,
done
but
that.
what
Or,
if
you know
that
what, like, I
encouraging.
understand that, but, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we
Right,
did
but what if that
point out,
encouraging was pissing her off, Curls? That's what I was going with.
oh,
If you guys
gotcha. Yeah.
encouraging her was starting to piss her off, and guess who doesn't say nothing to her about her being in the house and looking into this and looking into that? Who knows what the fuck Shelly be on? I ain't putting none past that bitch. How do you sleep at night knowing people put you and your children in a home? Nobody put my children in a home. So can
Yeah.
you imagine how I would really feel
I
tied to
mean,
YouTube if you
yeah.
guys
And it's like
supported
when
me
I
through me and the
separated from
baby
my
being out
husband,
there?
like when I
Good night,
separated from my
Libby.
husband,
I didn't
I
get to say
had,
hi earlier, but good
Hi.
night.
oh, good night.
Good night,
But
good
what
night,
I
good
was,
night. I know it's starting to get late, ladies. So yeah, some
yeah.
people are gonna start saying good night. You guys just let me know. I'm good.
Okay, we can go till you're good. But what I was gonna say is that, oh shit, it went right out of my mind. Brain
I'm
fart, my
so
bad.
sorry.
I'm sorry
No,
because
you're
that's
good.
what I
You're good.
don't
You're good.
want. And then I feel like I'm gonna forget something. So it's like I feel like I got it's
I
fun.
know I'm the
No, the
same way,
ADHD
Tara.
is
I get it.
I
ADHD.
know it. You know what though, Curls? You get better at it because once you start realizing there's that mute button, it helps you to stay shush.
Oh, I know what I was gonna say now. In her video, one thing that really like stuck in my ass was that
Yeah.
when she was coming into the chat, it was like there was a lot of trauma dumping. Period. She was talking about a lot
Okay.
of things and just trauma
Okay.
dumping, and then
Yeah.
she was like. And I don't even know what they were talking about. There were times that I didn't want to listen to their voice notes. They were talking about
Ugh.
Jessica Kent. And
Yeah.
it's like we were making
Ouch.
content. We were making content about Jessica Kent. How the fuck are you
Right.
gonna say that shit when we were making content and talking about our content? Like, it's so
You're
wild to
a
me.
whole anti-mommy vlogger in the past. You don't get to say nothing about commentary and drama.
Yeah, and it's
You
like,
Well, and the
motherfuckers are
thing is like,
mean.
she repeated herself a lot, but again, I didn't feel like I needed to reach out and say, hey, Shelly, you're saying like the same things over and over because I know I do the same thing when I'm upset about something. That's how we all felt. So for us to like have to like school her on, hey, just so you know, some of these voice notes that you're leaving multiple, and for a while she was the only one that could leave 5-minute voice notes. Like she got the new update with IG, none of us else did. So she could leave five
mhm.
minute voice notes at a time and she would leave multiple. And listen, I
Oh.
listened to practically all of them. There are some that maybe I didn't listen to the whole thing
Wow.
because I understood sometimes you just need to vent. And I
But do
think she was
you see
trying
what
to say
I'm
that in
saying,
her
though,
video,
Curl?
like, I don't care about this. And like for her to make it seem like we were like trashing on Coley. Coley has caused a lot of her own shit, okay?
Oh
So the
yeah,
things that
oh
we
yeah.
talked
Yes.
about Coley weren't just like petty.
And
Some
it
was petty
wasn't
stuff.
like
Like we might
all of
tease about her
us.
eyebrows a little bit. But I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like, for the most
But
part,
Melissa,
it's like
I
let's
hate you. I hate you.
I will step out and say that Melissa brought up Coley a lot. Like it wasn't necessarily like
well,
me or
but
Curls.
Melissa
It
also felt hurt and had some feelings, and so did B, and so did I. And
yeah.
again, with
Even
through
I
all
had
of
the
this,
feelings.
I'm still wishing Coley the fucking best. But I feel like she's
Yeah.
gone. She's taken like 10 steps back into the old Coley. So okay, good luck.
Yeah, yeah.
I,
So I
And
I'm
then
hear.
it's
still,
like,
I'm
the thing
always
that
rooting
sucks
for
about that so
Coley, but that
much.
doesn't mean I agree with all the
Energy
BS that she
high.
does.
The
God,
thing that
Yeah,
sucks about Coley so much is that like
peak energy.
when I originally
we
like
of course we
was
did.
doing stuff with her and I was doing like the streams and whatnot, she was the first person to give me the confidence to be like, bitch, we're gonna do our makeup together and then we're gonna get on stream and we're gonna have a good time. And like she
See,
really
and
pumped
too
me
bad
up
she
and she
can't
was
do
a
what
good
she
friend to
wanted you
me.
to do.
Yeah, and
Agreed,
it's like
Terry Lynn.
she was just a good friend to me, and it's like I know
You
she
deserve
has it
it.
in her, and I know she is a good person deep down, and I don't know why she has to like come and like put this like persona on where she barks at people, and I think she does it at this point as a defense mechanism. But at the same time, I know the real Coley, and like I know that she's a good person, and I know that she's not shitty
Good
or
to have
any
you
of those
back,
things,
girl.
and that she could be a really good streamer. Like she actually can edit, she can do all the things, and it's like I hope the
There's a
best for
reason
Coley.
though
I
that she
truly
hasn't
do.
edited in years, Mandy, and I want to know what it is because, dude, if I knew how to edit like that, you couldn't get me off of
Girl,
fucking
me
YouTube, bitch.
too. Me
Well,
too.
because
If
it's
I could
easier
edit
just to
like
go live. There's no work involved. I'm not saying there's not any
exactly.
work,
Yeah,
but you know what I'm
yeah,
saying. Like,
yeah.
guys, I'm going to hop off for just a second. I need to use the
Oh, okay,
restroom, but
yeah.
I
Just
will be
come on
back
back.
on.
I'll see you.
You
I'll
guys
keep
keep
my eye out
Okay.
talking.
for
I'll
you.
still be listening,
Okay,
okay?
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it is too bad because I actually really liked it. Let me answer Amanda's. Amanda, we don't know the truth about Coley and why her eyes are always closed or what she may or may not be on. She's not honest about anything. In fact, she has like said she's dying numerous times, and
I
it's real dramatic
Coley's
with
lupus
Coley,
is
you
real.
know.
Coley's lupus is real. Like I questioned that, and
Oh,
that was
thank
what
you,
brought
Amanda.
us together in the beginning was because I had questioned that on behalf of Sarah Jean. And I went to her, and it wasn't Sarah Jean's fault. It was my I was like, none of this adds up because she was saying that like Coley was gonna get a place in Tennessee and the doctor was gonna give her the medicine to you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And I was like, doctors don't do that when you're that young. And I questioned it. And that was so wrong of me. I was so fucked up for that. And I went to her, made amends, said I'm sorry, and I meant it. And like, I will stand on the fact that her lupus is real. And as far as Matt or medications, like with Coley, all I can say is that she has a disease. And, if she's on Matt, good for her. I hope it's nothing else.
that part,
And
Brooke. That part.
I don't know, like we had talks because I am on Matt. Like I'll be
Me
straight up
neither,
about it. Like
Amanda.
I'm on Matt and I have been for the past 5 years because I have pancreatitis. So like we had conversations about that and we've had conversations about medications, but I'm not gonna like out anybody's
Sure, sure, sure,
stuff. You know
sure.
what I mean? Like I
Yeah,
don't feel
yeah, yeah,
comfortable doing that. And also that was like 3 or 4 years ago at this point. So it's like
yeah,
we
yeah.
don't know what is going on now. I know
Well,
this,
Terry
like when
Lynn
she
is
came back,
saying that she's like a chronic weed user, and I'll be okay with that.
yeah,
Medically assisted treatment for addiction. I have always suspected that she was like actively using because of her behavior, not necessarily because of her eyes. But yeah, recently she has come to the internet and decided to smoke weed not just her, but with her child who is 16 online. Okay. So
That's
I
not right.
think
Like, I can't stand by that. And the child thing, like, the one thing that is real fucked up that she put on me, she tried to act like I reached out to her child. That shit never fucking happened. Her kid reached
right,
out to me, said some shit about, I can't believe you did my mom dirty, right? And I was like, very respectful. I was like, honey, I'm sorry. I don't think this is an appropriate conversation. I can't remember everything I said, but it was very like anti vibes. You know what I mean? And then I immediately texted Coley and said, your daughter reached out to me on Instagram, and I just want you to know she could reach out to somebody who could not be so kind to her. And I just don't think that she should be doing that. And when she made those allegations on me, luckily I had texted her on my business number, and I had like the 3-year-old receipt of her doing that. I had the
oh
3-year-old
yeah,
receipt of the
good,
Instagram from the kid. And it's like,
right, yeah,
also, I thought her kid was like 16 at the time. Like, that's the impression I was under. No, she was like 13. So it's
right, yeah.
like there's so much gray area with Coley. I
Well,
wish her the
Terry said
absolute
she's only
best.
14 now, so that would have made her a good 12 then
Yeah, like
when she was
11 or
contacting you.
12.
Why does your 12, dude, my baby is literally still 12 until next month, okay? Is not a
I'll be
teenager
totally
yet.
straight
We're
with
not
you,
going to talk
Tara.
about it.
Yeah,
But,
like I'll
dude,
be.
my child would never
Oh no.
know
No, 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 no.
nothing.
No, not about YouTube. And it's like I'll be straight up like I had my doubts that that was her daughter. I thought maybe that was her through an account. Like the account didn't have anything on it at the time. Like it was just a name, no
You know what,
pictures,
though?
no
Maybe
nothing.
she did that so she could say that Mandy talked to
Maybe
her
she did.
child,
Maybe
right?
she did because when I sent her the text, like your
Man,
daughter
people are
texted me,
sick,
yeah, yeah,
dude.
yeah. Like she didn't say a fucking word to me when I said all that. And it's like if you told me my daughter is 9.5.
Yeah,
If you
Brooke just
told
said it.
me that my daughter was on Instagram messaging somebody from YouTube that we don't know, oh my God. Like,
Oh my
first of all,
god. Oh my
I would be
god.
like, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm gonna have a conversation, like it would shock the shit out
Well,
of me
I
because
mean,
that's just
think about
not
you.
the
You
way I
have
raised
the
my daughter.
yeah, and like you have the baby, dude. Like, do you sit there and talk to her about like what you and fucking B and Terry Lynn are talking about your woes in the group
No,
chat? You know what I'm saying? Think
no. And
about
it's
that.
like,
Hell
that's
to
the
the
thing.
no.
There is one person from YouTube that my daughter interacts with, and it's Curlz. And
Okay,
Curlz is
okay,
basically a step grandma. Like, she is basically her step grandma. She'll
sure,
say,
sure.
it's so cute. Curlz calls her shortcake, and she calls her strawberry
Oh
curls.
my
And she'll be
god.
like, I want to send strawberry curls a voice note. And I'll be like, okay, but it's never from
But
like
you
her
also
device, it's
said
through my device. You know what I mean? And
right,
I'm like over her.
but also you said you and Curls hit it off from jump. You've been around a
From
good
jump.
2 years
Yeah,
now, right?
3. Like,
Okay,
I came
3
around in
years. See what I'm
2021,
saying? I know you're one.
2022.
I know you're definitely like new, right? You're the new
Mhm,
one compared to the rest of us because we're all fucking OGs for 5 years. But you know what I'm saying? You're the new one. But man, who would have
mhm.
thunk it's been 3 years already? That's
I
a
know, and
long
it's like
time.
that's what's crazy too, is the community has changed so much. Like, when I came in, everybody side-eyed me, and I get it because of the way I came in. But, like, I was rewatching Wildflower's stream where I went on and I took accountability for all the shit with
Oh my
Coley,
God, send it to me.
all that.
Send it to me. I
Yeah,
would love to
okay, I
watch
will.
it again.
And it was like everyone was just attacking me, and it's like I broke down, I cried, like, and the whole like point of that was that Sarah Jean and Coley were also supposed to come up, and it was like supposed to be something where Wildflower basically like moderated for us to like work out our shit. And instead, I just sat there and kind of got flogged by the community for 2 hours, and they showed up for about 10 minutes each. And at the time, I was new to YouTube, so it felt so real. And it felt like these opinions really mattered. And now I can understand that they don't. But it's like
Yeah,
at the
yeah,
time,
that
it was
part,
so rough.
right? That
And it's
part.
like, then I went through years of Steph being like, well, I side eye Mandy. And it's like, it just got to the point where I was like, I don't give a fuck if you side eye me. I just don't.
But, you
Like,
know,
I
I
don't.
think we talked about this on, I don't know if it was even privately, but I'm sure you wouldn't mind if I shared it if it was. But, like, I think when you came into this side, right? Like this community, because it was Steph and them and our
Yeah.
community over here. You know what I'm saying? Because we
Mm-hmm.
kind of roll right next to each other.
Yeah.
I think you seen that people have been around for so long. That has to be so intimidating.
It
Not
is.
to
And it's like,
mention you got people that are being mean to you. And I was one
yeah.
of them. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
that's
And
unfortunately because I know better than to let people in my ear too. And it also wasn't my business, right? And there's things that
yeah.
we have to learn going through that stuff. But like at the same time, you know, I think you kind of showed off a little bit, and you're just not a show off. There's people
No.
who are good at showing off, and you know,
Yeah.
you're not it. You're not a show off.
No.
You are probably used
I'm
to just
very
being your
humble.
genuine self, you
Yeah.
know?
And like with you, like
And I get
I'll be straight
that.
up. Like I always liked you, Tara. Like even when you were shitty to me or whatever, like side eyed me, like I always liked you because you gave off the vibe. And I've told you this 100 times. Like you give off the vibe of the older sister. Like you're over with your little friend for a little sleepover, and you're the older sister, and y'all are gonna like sneak out, and you're sitting on the couch with your man or whatever, and you see me walking out the door, and you're like, the eyebrows they fucked up. Like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
sisters,
very
not
that,
twins,
very
but like
that.
we're gonna fix that. Come on to the
Right,
bathroom. You know what I mean? And it like
right,
just gave
right.
off like a warm vibe, and like even when you weren't
Right.
like the nicest, like I really felt that you did have a good heart, but I felt like you
Well,
were
I'm
going through
glad
some
because, you
shit.
know, you didn't have to see that, right? Because also, when I apologized, it didn't mean that Mandy had to accept it. I genuinely was sorry, right? So I said it. You didn't have to accept it, and we wouldn't be where we're at today.
Exactly. And
So, you know
but
what
I
I'm
will say
saying?
the
Like,
one thing you did that was so different and the reason I accepted your apology on jump was you did something publicly and you immediately publicly apologized. It
oh,
was
yeah,
not
what
a,
an asshole
let me
thing for me to
slither.
do.
Like you didn't slither behind and be like,
Yeah,
"Well, I said this and it
yeah.
was shitty, but like I'm sorry." Like it wasn't like a throwaway
Right,
apology. It was
right.
like, "I am
No, I was
genuinely
real
sorry."
sad that I did that. I really was. And I'm
Yeah,
glad
and
that
like
you forgave me because I can say the same thing kind of in the same context, believe it or not. Half of these ladies in here have been fucking I don't want to say bullied, okay, because like I don't want to overuse the term, but like we're
mhm,
kind of bullied for a really long time by multiple people, right? To like, how do you even like Tira? She's terrible, all these things. And they
mhm.
stood by me, dude. And today I've given myself to them and we adore each other. And
Yeah.
I know, Mandy, you bitches are gonna be my fucking bitches forever. I know that.
Mhm.
I didn't
Yeah,
know
and
that
that's
about
how I
Shelly,
feel the same.
right? But that's how what that
But we
today I
Yes,
know that.
ma'am.
and like I guess like the point of bringing all this up is like I feel or I felt
Yes, Shelly.
however, that I earned my spot, like that I had to earn it. I had to earn everybody's trust. I had to make amends. I had to like do the work to be part of this community. And then I do see people like Shelly come in and it's like they're just in and like Flynn. And like I don't understand it because I'm like, man, it was nobody was nice to me when I first got here. You know what I mean? Like and
Right,
it's
right,
maybe it's just a
right.
psychological thing because I did do some fuck shit like when I first got here
Yeah,
but I
like
didn't know the
yeah,
internet.
you did do some
I was
fuck shit.
nice.
You did,
I was
yeah.
nice.
Yeah, and it's like I just didn't know the internet. And it's like, you know, and I grew over time and it's like I feel like I earned my spot and it's like but I do feel like there have been people, I mean, I'm not going to say the O word because it might just make her appear, but like her, she was just immediately accepted in. You know what I mean? Like Olivia,
But
I'll say it. Like
can I be honest though?
mhm,
I think that has a lot to do with her making herself, you know, putting herself in my way.
yeah.
She came here with an agenda. I still don't know what it was.
Mhm.
I don't dislike her. I don't have any hard feelings towards her. I hope she is living her best life.
Yeah, I do too.
I wish good things for her, but that's I have a different relationship than anybody else did with her. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
I understand, and I don't like that she hurt people and all the things. I don't, but
Mhm.
today I'm okay, right? But
Yeah.
otherwise, like the thing with her, and kind of that's why I was like, who is the one who brought in Shelly? Because that's what it is. I got closer with her. We started talking. I trusted to give her my number. We started talking on the phone. I think she's so cool. And
Hmm.
if I'm going to bring her around, why not everybody embrace her? Because if Tyra fucks with her,
Yeah, it's almost like a
right?
vetting thing.
Right?
It's almost like we do feel that big sister vibe of you have vetted this person and they're safe. You know what I mean? And like and with Shelly, it's different because it wasn't like you were the first one to embrace her. It was almost like she got
Right.
in a
And that's
group
what I'm
chat
saying.
and then
Who
kind
did it?
of
I wanted to know who did it because it really does matter. It goes to show the influence. And no, Curls, if you are interrupting or talking, we definitely don't hear you. I did see her private chat. I'm so glad I looked. But
oh,
you know what I'm
mm,
saying? That's the thing. You don't realize the influence you have. And with Olivia is when I realized the influence I have.
mhm. Yeah.
I'm not saying she
And
became
like I
friends with
could
BB and Brooke, and I no, actually, she did become. Her and Brooke were real cool too. You know what I'm saying? Like she
yeah.
did
And like
become
I
really
could
cool
never
with some of
forgive
my
her.
friends.
Like the one thing that Olivia did that can never be forgiven is what she did to me. She spoke on my fucking child. I will
Yeah,
never
no, you're
forgive
right,
you.
and you're right,
You
and
did
you're
some
right,
dirty shit and like I can never forgive that.
and I'll
If you
never be
came
okay with
back,
it.
yeah, it's like if you come back and you make content, it doesn't mean I won't watch it. It doesn't mean I won't silently support you because I actually thought we were friends even though you were kind of using me, it felt like. But
You
I
know
don't know.
what?
That's just a complicated situation.
I'm pretty sure that Cursed Eye had to bring her in because I am assuming Marissa, being that she got close to Cursed Eye was the one who brought Shelly in because I can't think of one person who brought her in.
I mean,
It has to be Cursed Eye. But that's what I'm saying. It goes to show influence.
but it also that if that's the case, like hypothetically,
Oh
if
shit,
that's the
Curls is back.
case,
I am so
right?
sorry, Curls. I'm so sorry. I wasn't looking
Well,
at the phone for a minute. I'm so sorry,
can
Curls. Go
can
ahead
we
and
hear
talk,
you,
Curls.
Curls? We
No,
can't
make
hear
sure
you,
you're not
babes.
muted, but you don't look muted.
No.
Mm-mm, your bubble's not even like whatever jumping or whatever it does. Yes, it was Cursed
Mm-hmm.
Eye, Stina said.
And like that's the thing.
Right,
First I brought you
Laura.
in. First I gave you this community that got you a house at the end of the day. And she's the fucking person that you expose. She's the fucking person that you decide to like leak private chats to Roadhog. Like that's fucked up. Like there's
And you know
no
what
way that's
sucks
not fucked up.
and you know what sucks is that my friends integrated with our neighbors
Hmm.
eventually, right? Like after
Yeah.
so many years or whatever, it integrated. And how
Hmm.
crazy that 5 years into this, all of you end up in this group chat together and got totally fucked by an undercover pigpen
Yeah.
member, dude.
Yeah. And like and as far as Cursed goes, I do want to say this. Cursed and Marissa, when the
Hmm.
Olivia shit went down the day before Olivia threw me under the bus, Cursed and Marissa both called me. And like they were like, look, stories aren't lining up, blah, 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 blah. Like they asked me a bunch of questions. I answered them, and it was
Uh-huh.
like, oh, fuck, this
Oh,
girl is
wow.
playing us. And like it became clear in that conversation that Olivia was about to throw me under the bus. Like we knew it. The three of us knew it.
Right,
And
but we
I
have
will
to remember
always
with Olivia, there was some kind of agenda.
there was.
She
I
played the
don't know what it
players she
was.
played for a reason. We just don't know
Yeah.
what that reason is. I thought I knew the reason, but it
I
wasn't the
think
reason, right?
I don't know, man. I think that you busted her out so bad on that live stream that she just knew she couldn't come back. Like you busted her lies out like literally
Well,
in
the
4K. Like
thing
you're
is,
like,
you're not going to play games with me. You're not going to do that.
no. And it's like
We're
she
not
was
going to do that.
lying directly to faces. Like she was lying
Right.
directly
Like
to our
we're not.
faces.
We can't do that. Go ahead and talk, Curls. Yeah, Mama,
No, we
your
can't hear
bubble ain't
you.
even going. I wonder what could be happening, Mandy, because you sometimes have issues. What is something maybe she can try? Because she
I
did
don't
go out
know.
and come
Like
back in,
when I was having issues earlier, it
and
was
I
because I
dropped
was
the
too
link
far from
again
my
too.
Wi-Fi. I
Huh.
was having trouble with my Wi-Fi, and like I'm using AirPod, and it's about to die. So when it dies, I'll have to like come back in if I do. But
Oh God, you guys, I'm on 12%.
Yeah, like I was
So
gonna
you know
say,
what? You're
are we
gonna
doing a
die.
part two?
Yep, you're gonna die. I'm gonna die. So you know what we'll do? We're just gonna let it go. The live stream will probably have an extra 5 minutes at the end of pure silence. And just go ahead and drop or whatever. Girls, I'm gonna drop the link just one more time, just in case you want to jump down and come back in again. And just try to hit the link a separate time. Maybe go out of YouTube, like
Yeah,
clear
sometimes that
YouTube
works.
out, go back in and click this new link. Try
Or
that.
like put the link in to
Yeah,
like a
I just put
browser.
it in. Just the screen one. All that epic fucking content is never going to be shown on YouTube again. That's terrible, isn't it?
I
Oh,
know.
God, it makes me
I
sick.
hate that that freaking live stream was lost because it was so good. And like honestly, one of the reasons it was so special to me was because that was like one of the first times in my YouTube life where I was like, no, bitch, I'm standing up for myself. This is what I think. This is what I feel. And it's made me into the person, creator, whatever you want to call it, that I am today. And that's why I am being loud about Shelly because I'm not going to let you hurt my friends and just lay down.
And we
Like, I've
shouldn't.
done
And
that.
we shouldn't. We shouldn't. We shouldn't be quiet because tomorrow we don't know what's going to be streamed about. Because you know who wants to defend her every time she's fucking talked about. It's so
Yeah.
weird. It's gross. It makes me want to throw up in my fucking shoes.
And
My
it's like you're,
goddamn
and
house
she
shoes with
said she's
granny
never
feet.
had a conversation with him. If you've never had a conversation with him, then why is he putting his neck on the line for you? That doesn't make sense. He called your husband a PDF file. That is that not where that originated, or was that popcorn? I can't remember at this point.
You know
But
what? I didn't watch so much.
I just know that that was a rumor, and it's like, how can you forgive that? How can you trade in women who were like supporting you emotionally,
Right,
financially, all
right.
these things for that? Like, how can you? Like, it's just weird to
That's
me.
what
And
I'm
it's like,
saying. First of
this
all,
is
dude, I don't know
weird
how
fucking
I explain.
behavior.
Dude, weird behavior. Like you fucking called it because that's the thing. I have been literally racking my brain and we did not find out until tonight. That's what it
Yeah.
is. It's a problem with money that she
Hmm.
likes to talk about for some reason that we were able to figure it out. She
Yeah.
found a group of women who were willing to enable her bad behaviors. And when you
Hmm.
guys started saying, okay, we got to start, really motivating her. And the more you would see, Stina would see Curlz telling her to go outside. So Stina would remember a week later to tell her to go outside. You guys
Yeah.
got on her nerves, got her the house, right?
Hmm.
And now nobody is going to donate to her after they just gave her $100
Yeah.
in December. So, like,
Yeah. It's like, you
that's why she
can't
keeps talking
drop.
about not being able to get the P.O. box. Put
Yeah.
me
And
in the
it's like,
nail
when I,
room and see if I don't get a P.O. box. I will sell my ass to get a P.O. box if you give me a nail room.
right. And it's like, for me, I don't know. I'm a very proud person. Like, when I was going through my separation, Cursai was there for me, and she was like, "What do you need? Do you need things from Target? Do you need money? Do you need this? Do you need that?"
Right,
She was willing
right.
to help me in any fucking way, and
Yeah,
that's why I knew immediately when she was trying to say, "Oh, she gave me this money, but it was for this." I knew that was not the case because when Cursai came to me, it was just like, "What do you need?" And I was like, "Girl, I'm
right.
good. I'm good. Like, I appreciate you being my friend. Just listen to me. Thank you."
Sure,
And, like,
sure.
that was the shittiest part about Olivia. She's out here like Mandy's grifting. Who's Mandy taking money from? You know what I mean? Like, no one could say I was taking their money. Like, it was fucking nutty.
That's crazy. And yeah, I just feel like so used and abused.
Yeah.
But more so, like I said, for the community, for the people the 400 people who watched my video and didn't made maybe 250 didn't know nothing about her. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Because I'm
Yeah.
sure the haters, they add up, right? So let's just say
Yeah.
250 didn't know her. And like each went over there and gave even $1. That's $250 towards your house. Because I
Yeah.
made a video. Not to mention Anne, because I didn't know
And
that.
mhm.
And I
And
know that
supported
Anne was
her
sharing
so
her
much.
channel. Wasn't Anne
And sup
sharing her channel? Like, let's get her
I wanna
monetized,
say
guys.
yes. I
See,
want to
that's
say
what I'm
yes
saying.
because we
She
all
used us
were. We
all.
were all trying to get her past that watch time goal to get her monetized.
Mhm.
And now, and
Mandy,
like
am I
that's
gonna die when I watch this video? Because I told you I was screen recording from another room, so I wasn't
mhm.
listening. Am I gonna die when I hear this video?
I mean, it ain't good. Like it ain't good. Like it's shitty. Like she
I,
said
I I
shitty
just
things.
think we should do a part two tomorrow, and even if it's to open the panel, because I'm gonna go through it and I'm gonna edit it down, and then I can go through and then I can clip it up and I can
Yeah.
fucking put them on StreamYard. We don't get to stop and go when we want to, and it's gonna all get right to the point, and we're all
Yeah, but
gonna
if
have
you
to
clip it up,
remember
it won't
some
be a big
shit.
deal.
But like I can write stuff down and make sure we all stay on task and make sure if you guys forgot something, I might probably say it or
Yeah, like
mention something.
if
I'll know
Curlz
what the
comes
clips
back,
are
like
talking
all of our
about.
notes, like if we all take notes, as far as me, you, and Curlz, like we got it. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like if we
here's the
all
worst part. I can you know what though? You know what though?
mm,
Because I did I tell you guys about them doing a graduation? Yes, yes, nephew, grandson's graduation. So I'm home all day alone. And I
oh
know I'm
wow,
going to be
okay,
in
cool.
bed early. Yes. We can get on StreamYard once I clip it up, and I
Hmm.
will play each clip, and each of us will make our notes.
Yeah,
That
we could
that
do
we can
that.
do.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
we
we
can
could
do.
totally do
And
that.
and
Like
that is
like a
all we
private
will
thing.
talk about tomorrow. And if Curls would
Yeah,
like
like
to join us, I mean, because it can just be me and you, that's fine too. But if Curls would like to join us, absolutely. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? And we can do that tomorrow night. Because yeah, like I don't feel like I'm done talking about this because I haven't even talked about how I feel.
No,
I
like yeah,
literally just
you've
realized that,
given
like, oh
Florida
shit, this is
up.
really about money and like following the community that like fucking looked out for someone else.
I also think that she thought that she was going to gain enormous amount of subscribers
But
from
how do
being
you think that?
promoted
Like, you can't really think
by,
that.
well,
You
like
know what
when
I'm
you look at a
saying? Like,
channel
is she really
like
that
Anne's.
oblivious? Is she that fucking 13
I
years
think
old, Mandy?
I believe that she thought that Anne promoting her or Anne mentioning her or anything like that
Now I can
would have it.
understand
And
that.
I mean, look
Now
at her
I can
content,
understand
Tyra.
that.
Look at her
Now I
content.
can
Who does it
understand that.
remind? Who does it remind you of? It's very reminiscent of Anne and her walk and talks. Like it's very reminiscent
I
of that.
mean, you ain't wrong. And you're right. She could have totally just been watching Anne and been like, dude, I'm just going to try this shit.
And
Why
like
talk
Anne
about
was
mommy
so good to
vloggers?
her. She was so good to her. And how it takes you 6 days to give condolences to somebody who's so goddamn good to you. Like how? Like I get that you were going through your own thing. I get that you lost your grandmother, and I am sorry. I am very sorry you lost your grandmother, and I'm sorry that you had to see end of life. That is very hard.
Yeah, no, I
But
can
like
imagine.
Anne, Anne was, when your baby hurts, that hurts in a whole different
Yeah,
way. You know what I mean?
yeah. I
And
can't even
like
imagine.
I just don't understand why she couldn't have been a better friend to
And
Anne.
see,
Anne
like,
was
I
so good
was
to her.
hitting up Anne on Instagram the moment I seen the post, and I bet you it wasn't but a couple hours old when I happened to see it. So it's just like,
Yeah. Like as
that's not
soon
my
as I
fucking
heard,
bestie. And, like,
no,
I know to do that.
I hadn't talked to Anne in a long time, but it's like when I figured out like what was going on, I was like, "Are you okay? The kid's okay. What's going on? Do you need,
Right.
like because I care about Anne. I do. She's a good fucking person." And it's like that's the part that really fucks me up is like Shelly has shit on really, really good people. And I may
And
not
and
even be
that's
one of
what
them.
sucks, right, Mandy? Because like we're the removed ones.
Yeah, like I'm not even saying I am the good person she's shown. It's the
Right,
Curlz, it's the
right.
B, it's the Ann,
Yeah.
even Curse I supported the shit out of her, and she's done all of this dirty shit to these good people, and like it wrecks my soul, man. It really does because I respect the fuck out of these ladies. Like even Chicago, I don't think Chicago was too affected by Shelly. I'm not sure, but if she
I
was, like
don't think so
Chicago's
either.
wonderful.
Chicago would have talked about it. Yeah, I don't think so either. Curls, correct her if she's wrong, please. I think Chicago would have been said something. I believe so.
Yeah,
Especially
like
if she
and
felt slighted. So yeah, I think so for sure.
I mean, and it's just like it's so many. people they're good. I mean, even Stina was so good to her. I mean, she bought her fucking curtains. Like, and I know that that may seem like a little thing, but like, I'm a sentimental bitch. Like, you can buy me one single rose, and I'm gonna be like, oh my god, because like I
Right,
am so
right,
thankful. Because you know what?
right.
I've been down bad. Like, I have been addicted and down bad, and I know what it's like to
Yeah.
be down bad. And like, I don't know. I've had people in my life. I've always had a good family. I've always had like a good place to land, and I'm so lucky for that. And like, I don't know, with the whole situation and all this shit, it's just like, come the fuck on,
I
you
just
know?
know that I was able to give probably like 20 bucks. It was probably some of my last money. And I was like, oh my God, 20 bucks is fucking nothing. And I remember how guilty I felt like, oh my God, Tira, like someone's in your shoes and you're not even in a place to fucking pay it forward. Oh, I beat myself up so bad over this bitch. And not that it's her fault. It's not. I'm literally just saying in general, her going through it. So I was like, Tira, you got to make a video. You know what I'm saying? You got to try to do something.
Mm,
And all I did was send people to the pig. That's why my fucking thumbnail is what it is.
yeah. It's like it's just very. Like, I feel like we've all prepared for this day, and we've all been like, "Okay, who is it gonna be?" You know what I mean? I feel like for a while, I was the person that everybody was like, "Ah, yeah, Mandy's gonna end up in the pig
Yeah,
pen."
yeah, yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? And it's like we've all prepared for this day, and nobody ever thought it would be Shelly. Nobody ever thought it'd be you. Like, we just didn't. Like, we thought you were
Man,
good people, and we were wrong.
man.
And when you get hoodwinked like that, man, it's just it's brutal.
Well, and oh my God, I just cannot believe the audacity. It's the audacity for me, fam. And you know what? I think you truly have to be a whole child mentally to be able to sleep with yourself at night. I'm telling you
Yeah.
what, dude.
And she
When I
says she
say it
is.
was the support that meant most to me, more to me than the money, I'm also referring to your guys' group chat. The group chat was happening far before a fucking GoFundMe. Obviously, that group chat had nothing to do with her losing her home. So it's like
Mhm.
she had all that support, and you could still, you can't just leave YouTube or say, you know what? I just have to get away from you guys because you're drama to me. Maybe that's what she wanted to say. She could have said something like that, right? Like
Yeah,
fuck
like
you
she
bitches,
could have
whatever.
just said,
But so
"Listen, I don't like
publicly
y'all.
being
Y'all
with
are
the
cramping my
pigs,
style."
exactly. Exactly.
Like she could have done so many things differently, and it's just like this was the lowest down dirty thing that you could have done. Like it
If
literally
if
is.
that motherfucker will come to her channel and tell the truth, I will literally send her $100. And that is an open
Girl, I got
invitation,
50 of
Shelly.
that. I got 50 of that.
And you know what? And you know what? I will literally send you $100 if you just come to your channel and tell us why you really did what you did. Just tell
Yeah,
us what the plan
just the
really was.
truth. And
Give
like
us
if
the
you were
give us
ever real.
the down and out truth and just like be transparent, and then you can move on with your channel and never have to look back. You can't give
Exactly.
us anything more than the fucking truth. And we
Yeah.
have no other thing but to accept it.
I
We
mean,
have to.
honestly, this could all be that she's just tight with Shay and Megan and or whoever, and she don't want us no more or whatever. But it's like I just to me, I want to know how you can shit on the women who lifted you up when you were down bad. Like, come on. Like, how can you do that? I just can't get it. I don't know.
I'm sorry,
It
I was muted. I was talking to you. I
oh,
was
you're good.
muted. Stina, thank you for bringing that up. So here's the thing, guys. I don't understand why anybody would share this $140 check that she's finally getting after 3 months of being monetized.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that
And
is
this
a
and
three
thank
month
the
check,
fucking haters. Like,
and literally writes a novel about how she hopes people talk about her. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But it's only made $17 this month. I'm not trying to brag. I'm not. I'm really not. I just want to state facts. The I got monetized in 7 months. Don't know how I did it, but I worked my fucking ass off and I deserved it.
Yes, you
7 months,
make content
okay?
constantly.
And not one time in my entire YouTube career of being monetized did I not hit that threshold. And
Yeah.
every month was bigger and bigger than the month before. That is how you see growth. When you
Yeah.
are showing off a $140 check and you are 10 days into a month and have only made $17, the math ain't mathing, bitch. You better catch the fuck up. So what
And girl,
do?
like
You open
to
up, you
your
open up
credit,
group chat gate.
yeah. And
Like
like
we're
to your
stupid.
Yeah. And I just want to say this to you, like to your credit, like when you do JK content, like you pop the fuck off, girl. Like I love that shit. When you
Thank
do
you. Thank you.
commentary,
And that's the
like
content I really love doing. And I spend so much time on it. I really
yeah,
do.
and that's
Hours and
why like
hours.
anytime I find something, I'm like, here you go, here's some tea. Because I
Yes,
know you're
yes,
gonna
and I
come and
love
pop the
that.
fuck
Yes.
off. Like I can come at it from more of like a, I don't know, true crime esque point of view,
Right,
or like
right,
these
right.
are the documents, like more of a Tracy Noel. Like that's kind of
Right.
like
Like, don't send me the pigs docs. No, I want fucking
yeah.
JK content, bitch. Like, no,
Yeah,
that's not what we do
like, and
over
girl, let
here.
me tell you, like, when you dropped that first video about JK this week, I was like, girl, when you gonna post this video? You gonna do it tomorrow?
I
Like you gonna
know.
do it
And then
Wednesday?
people
Because I
were
want to know.
bummed. I know. People are bummed. Maybe I'll do a live stream or something. But I think I do. I know, they'll spin it. Everyone will spin it into this was a drama stream and we dragged her and poor her and we're mean girls and all the things. No, no. I sent possibly 400 plus people to a pigpen member and I
Hmm.
guarantee she got a lot of money from people who watched that video
And it's like
because
I didn't give her a dime, and like I'm very transparent about that. And it's like to
uh-huh.
me, I am being loud for my friends. I am being loud because you hurt people I care about, and that to me is not okay. Like that
Oh,
will never be kosher. You're
right,
not allowed to do that. Like the
right, you're
curls
not
of the
allowed.
world,
Not
they're
without me
not
running my mouth, right.
exactly like the curls of the world. They don't come around every day. Like they don't.
And you
Like
know
that.
what?
Like she
You
is
know what?
fucking unique.
And the curls of the world get hurt like this for the first time, and it makes them not want to help the Samantha Ray that they find in a year,
Exactly.
who's on a park bench, but she had no problem helping Tyra. But now Shelly done
Exactly.
fucking ruined for somebody else the fact
People.
that Curlz
Yes.
does do these things. Think about
Yeah.
that.
It hardens everyone's heart, and we go back to where we
Harden.
were
Yes, thank you.
three
That,
to four
that,
years
that.
ago. Yeah, it's like everybody's hearts get hardened, and we go back to where we were 3 to 4 years ago, where everybody's side eyeing people. And it's like it was so fucking nice for about 6 months where we had no drama, everybody was cool, you
And
know,
that's after Melissa left the group chat and you
and did
guys
all
just
her
didn't
shit. Yeah,
talk about nothing.
yeah.
Then it gets brought up because of Abby. And
Mm-hmm.
within how many weeks? What was the timeline, Miss True Crime? What was the timeline before
Um.
Shelly did what she did? Week or two?
Oh God, not even that. It
Oh
was like
God, get out
reactionary. It
of
was like
here.
immediately. Like I want to say,
No.
Stina knows. Let's check the comments because Stina knows. Stina, how long was it between the Melissa shit and then Shelly popping off? Because I want to say it was like days, like
Oh my
maybe three
God,
days,
dude.
if
I
that.
thought it was a couple weeks.
I'm waiting for I'm waiting
Good
for
for
Stina
you,
to
Curlz.
reply.
Good for you.
Yeah, good
Yeah,
for
I
you,
gotta get
babe.
Brooke and BB their wrenches back too. I mean, I need to give you a wrench because, dude, like I'm gonna have to do live
Yeah, it
streams when
was.
I'm in. Oh, I'm not
Well,
going to West Virginia no more.
yeah, well, it's also weird because like I feel like your last live stream, like Brooke did have a wrench and like other people had a wrench, and it's like, okay, wait, Stina said it. Shelly spiraled when that video came out and lost her mind. So it was immediate. She
Oh, it was
immediately
pretty
fucking
immediate
lost her
then.
mind. Yeah. And I still have the entire group chat. I would never expose that. I would never like do anything. But it's like you can sit there and call Mandy irrelevant, but like I can go back and find how many voice notes you left in that thing. Like I know.
Right.
Like at the end of the day,
Right.
like that's all it is. I ain't gonna drop anything. I'm not gonna release anything. But I know, and you know, Shelly, that you know who Mandy is, and that was shitty. Like that was just some shitty throwaway comment. And then you make
Yeah.
shitty throwaway comments about other people. Like fuck it. Like it is so despicable, in
I'm
my
really
opinion, what
glad
she's
I
done.
wasn't in this group chat. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that you guys just kind of know that I probably wouldn't, so no one even fucking bothered. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just not my thing.
No,
And
you're
because
yeah, I
of
knew that
this,
wasn't your thing.
I will
And at the time,
never join a group chat that is not my immediate friends. I will
exactly,
not
and
be in a
like,
group chat if there's Shellys that come in. I'll kindly leave.
and it was also like it wasn't that long after the Olivia stuff. So me and you weren't, we were coolish. That was like the beginning of our like friendship, but we weren't cool like we are now. I mean, if we were, I would have invited you because literally it was made and it was like Mandy's going live, and I would drop my little links when I was going live. Like that's all it was. And it became something else, and it became a really safe space, and that's what it was supposed to be. And it's like, and I don't, Melissa hurt me by sharing things from there, and even though it wasn't from my group chat, it hurts that Shelly shared private shit. Oh, where did Tyra go? Oh, she died. Her thing died. Okay, so I am gonna hop off here, guys, or let me see. She played us the message. She left threatening Melissa and then started ranting about Curlz, who had nothing to do with it. LOL. Man, like I didn't even know that. Like that's mm, mm-mm. Yeah, timelines are hard. Yeah, I stopped going live and Shelly started leaving 100 voice notes. Thank you, Stina. All right, y'all. This is Tier's channel, so I'm gonna tell y'all to sleep with the angels, and I'm gonna hop off here. And y'all have a good night, and we'll be back maybe tomorrow. All right. See you guys later.